Yeah.
What is up, everybody? Welcome in. Oh, I'm so dark. It's so dark. Let's fix that. There we go. What is up, everyone? Welcome in. As you can see, I am back again over here with my homies. Chris is currently eating yogurt. Something? Yogurt. I respect it. Good choice. Good choice. I hope you guys are having a good one. It's been an exciting week for us. We had a very exciting couple sessions over the last couple of weeks here, and things are finally starting to come to a head, it seems. It's very exciting. Are you out of focus again? You gotta do a give me a little dance. Do a little dance. Make a little focus on Mother Goose camera, you son of a bitch. This is why autofocus can suck it.
Well,
anyway,
it'll
just
focus on that.
There you go. Quickly going from the top, Kayla, thank you for popping in early. And Kieran, I appreciate you guys, y'all the besties. Aves, thank you so much. Kieran hitting Chris and Stanny with the redeems right off the bat. We love that. We love that. Take them before anyone else gets their hands on them. You will, however, notice that Chris is joining us as someone else for this evening. He does still get that disadvantage because I'm just a mean, nasty DM like that. But we're gonna have him fill in the shoes of someone else for today. We will get into that in just a little bit. Real quick, some announcements. We are moving forward with plans for our next campaign as we are moving towards the ending of this one. I'm excited. You should be excited. Everything, like the universe, should be excited. So we have a couple plans coming up for that. There's gonna be some cool little in-between stuff we're doing. It's just like one-off little series of contents to make things exciting. I want to do some stuff about the Fable games. I'd love to do series one-shots for that. So I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna drag all these fools along with me because I can. That's just how it fucking be. Ryan, while I got the people here, what are you doing this week? What's going on your stream? Everyone go show some love to Ryan. I also have the Ryan command. You can just do it. Is it Rye? I don't actually know my own commands. I suck. What are you doing this week?
Oh, well, tonight I'm celebrating 40 subs. The fuck? By getting scared as fuck. Gonna play some Summer of 58. I can't wait. Yeah, come on, hang out every night. I'm doing stuff, dancing, making art. Where's my art? Here's the art. I draw homies. It's fun. I love it. Come on down to the big purple house.
Did you call them pals?
They're pals. I got them in my spheres.
Not the spheres, dude. Not the spheres.
Get in my sphere.
Get in my sphere, little man.
Remember when we had circles? God, that was weird.
Jeez. And Peter, what do you got going on, buddy?
Well, Fire Mission Battery. We're in a lull right now. We're taking some commissions, and my next project, you heard it here first, is I'm going to work on a 105 millimeter artillery shell.
Just
Yep.
Because you can.
I am artillery, and a lot of people really enjoy those as memorabilia after they leave. Once they have their polished kind of last round base cap.
That's kind of cool,
so
dude.
It sits, and you can take it around the world with you and not get in trouble because it's not actually.
It's an actual piece of.
It's not actually an artillery round.
Could you theoretically, hypothetically, and imaginatively print one out of metal and make it a functional one?
Make a functional artillery shell.
Asking for a
totally unrelated reasons. Okay.
I don't print dicks and I don't print guns.
You would probably make a lot of money if you started printing dicks, though. Let's just be honest right here. That would be a great money money earner. Walk into the White House.
Ooh, you could print our dicks.
No.
Nope, that's a hard pass.
That's a hard no.
Shut up and take my dick money.
Nice.
Love that. Also, if you're interested in checking out the stuff, you can go to the link I just dropped in chat there. Big exciting when we end the campaign for the final stream or the stream after the final game. We're going to do like a campaign wrap up. I'll talk about some of our favorite moments and shit. Either in the finale or that one, we are going to be running a giveaway for something printed by Fire Mission Battery that's Peter has graciously offered to donate to the stream. So be sure to go show some love over there. He deserves it. We're going to figure out what we want to print and donate. I'm thinking a badass dice tower because this is just fucking sick. I'm not opposed to the dicks idea, though. Let's just put that out there. Put that out there.
One of those artillery shells would be pretty cool.
Just a statue of Gregory.
A bomb.
I would commission a 3D model of all of the party for this if I could. I don't know who could make that, but like just like a little statuette of the four of you guys, like everyone who's been in the campaign and shit. That would be so neat. Completely really off
cool.
topic.
Make it out of yogurt.
It would
get sculpting, yogurt boy.
Get to work, yogurt boy.
Get it out of your gullet and on the old plateau.
So, without further,
perfect minotaur.
Without further ado, let's get back into things. A little recap. Last we left off, Stanislav was trapped in the gladiatorial ludus of Master Ikesh, training once again to return to the sands as a gladiator, while the party made a beeline straight back to the Nerisch Sanctuary to inform Stanislav's brother Ilsevir of his capture and what they intended to do about it. At which point, that is a massive spoon of yogurt. Jesus Christ.
A big spoon.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Are you in a hurry?
Look, Bob, no hands.
Just
I respect
the last spoonful. I always make it gutter before I put
has a ladle for the yogurt.
I don't like digging this yogurt, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad.
You keep digging. Who eats yogurt like that? I hope it gets on your shirt, you fucking weirdo.
It's really like viscous, creamy yogurt, so it doesn't.
Huh.
It's also on your chin.
That's fun.
It's also on your chin. Man, in here looking like he sucked off the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Got some.
This is cheaper than OnlyFans. This is great.
This is cheaper. Oh god, it's not cheaper because you pay for it in trauma.
I just can't play D&D.
Me too.
Emotional damage.
Me too, but I'm watching the Stay Puft show go on, so here we are. All right. Well, the party, upon arriving to the sanctuary, met with Ilsevir and discovered that they had already... the news had arrived there before them, and there were already flyers being plastered around the whole of the Imperium, stating a new tournament of champions was to be held in the city of Lysia, featuring the grand execution of one of the leaders of the rebellion. Your very own Stanislav, right there on the flyer. Realizing that you had a little bit of time, though not too much, you quickly rallied your leadership for a meeting in the Grand Hall here at the Sanctuary, and after a bit of discussion, things getting a little heated and tensions getting higher, you all decided collectively you were going to launch an attack on Lysia, trying to find a way inside to launch an attack from within, and making the way for your troops to find entry and thus take the town from the hands of the Imperium itself. Mantuka decided the best way to get him in was to find a way to enter himself into the arena, either as a prisoner himself or as some other kind of way, some kind of other entrant. Gregory, deciding to ally with the Druhilla family, is going to make his way through the secret passage that lies under the city walls back into the Druhilla estate, where he will be leading a small force as well. Ilsevere tagging along for that part of the journey too. However, before we get to any of that and our plans can come to fruition, we need to figure out what we're going to do with the week of time we have before these events unfold. So, as you can all see, Chris has joined us today as someone different. So Ilsevere, if you would like to take this opportunity to describe to the party and chat for the first time what exactly they are looking at here.
Sure. So, I don't think DM has ever described this aspect of Elsevier, but this part, yes, he's a purple-skinned tiefling, which is nothing astounding. He wears dark brown, almost black robes that cover most of his body, but he has this mask that he wears that covers his upper face, and it's made of bone. Some animal of some kind. It's kind of nondescript, just kind of like, not like Gregory's at all, like just a mundane mask of bone that only covers the top half of his face. Yeah, for reasons. Nothing nefarious. Should I tell them, DM? I don't know.
If you want, I don't know anything about this, but go ahead.
Yeah, sure. He's a follower of Kellenbor, and while he's a monk, he's more of a spiritual, religious monk than the fighting style, but he can still fight. Yeah, has this nice staff that he recently got, and is not nearly as big as Stanislav.
Quite the opposite. Very thin, lithe, but tight musculature. Someone who's been physically training their whole life, but not so much weight training, more fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's Ilsevere.
Love that. So what is the party collectively doing? You have, the tournament starts in about a week. Stanislav's set to hit the sand sometime during that. But the tournament sometimes can last for several days, even a week at a time. So you're not sure exactly when he's set to go on, just that the tournament starts in a week. You've sent out letters to your allies and those you've met along the way, pleading for help and asking for their allegiance in this event. Whether or not you've, responded to, we shall see. I have a list of everyone you sent the letters to that will be coming up in time. But for now, you can only hope that your letters make it safely and that your allies are able to come to your aid. As it stands now, you have a small army here at the Sanctuary, probably a couple hundred strong. Not the biggest amount of forces you've ever seen, but definitely larger than it was when you guys started this resistance, and continues to grow. With your allies at your side, you could build a sizable army. But before that time, you have about a week. What do you guys want to do? We're just going to truncate this about 5 to 6 day period, just under a week, really, because you guys will have to travel to Lysia at some point. What would you guys like to spend this time doing, preparing for the battle and the events that are to come? Starting with Peter. Sorry, Mantuka.
So first and foremost, we're gonna try to find whatever scraps or scrapes we can get to get everyone armored up. Even women, just for protection, and you know what I mean. Not necessarily for combat, but as well as we'll take stock of what we have for forces left. We'll do some recon. Kind of some map studies, and start formulating plans on what's going to happen when I go in the game.
Go in the arena, throw down. Okay, so I want you to roll me a survival check as you're going over these plans and just looking over maps and trying to plot routes. A big part of this is figuring out the logistics of moving your forces undetected all the way to Lysia. You know there's no tunnels that go that far into the Ember Steppe. That is just barren, flat desert. Just sand dunes upon sand dunes and rocky terrain as far as the eye can see. Easy to get lost in. Hard to get found in, but definitely ways to get
so
caught.
hopeful, DM. Please
with a
keep telling me
25
what awesome time
survival.
we're having.
Based on where you guys are, you can figure out pretty quickly that there's probably no way for your entire army to move at a time here. This is going to have to be several groups split out through the desert, all moving at separate times, trying to work their way towards Lysia in the most nondescript fashion possible. Unless you guys want to actively be out there marching an army of a couple hundred people.
Small assassination pockets. I like where you're thinking, DM.
No, I'm just, yeah, no. And you did say you wanted to infiltrate the city, not necessarily an easy thing to do with 200 men, so I figured you'd be traveling in smaller groups anyway, based on what you told me last week.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
What about the Underdark?
The Underdark, you know the tunnel systems and everything primarily travel through the mountains, and not as much through... There is routes through and under the Ember Steppe, but they're far less common.
Never mind.
I retract last statement. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
But with a 25, you managed to pick out a few routes that you could send your soldiers and yourselves kind of separately in different units and try to amass your forces. Also with the 25, by Lysia, there are a couple places where you could probably, muster, like a muster point you could set for your armies to meet that would be fairly well hidden from the thing. You do know from your travels there's a series of caverns kind of along that western cliffside along Lysia where the Incendus mountain range starts, and you could easily hide a couple hundred men in those caves over the course of a few days if you're smart about it.
There's that one where we met the thieves that was pretty dang big, if I remember right.
Yeah, and you do have one of their member with you as well. I don't believe you guys reached out to him in terms of who you're writing to. Yeah, you do have an active member. I kind of just figured that you are allied with them at some point. If you need help, they will offer it, but until you guys ask, that doesn't really just come on the table.
So if that's the case, then I'd probably send maybe a small group of a recce party to those caves now to kind of secure them and make sure they're a clear route, and then start advancing troops throughout the week until when I leave, I'd be the last troop leaving, and then so everyone should be up there
already there by the time you guys arrive, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, very easily. You start kind of sending out staggered groups throughout the days, like one leaves in the morning, one at night, and then they travel kind of in opposition of time to each other.
I'll send Steel in the first group so he can lead from in my stead.
I like that. Steele's really making a name for himself this day. He's like, okay, boss, I got it. I'll make you proud. We'll hold the fort.
Just don't die.
Yeah, not until the right time.
No forts, caves, Steel, cave.
He just like blinks for cave fort. Got it. And sets off. He's part of the scouting party. He leads about 5 of your specific trooper unit, like your actual group that you command yourself ahead of time. Then you send groups of probably about 20 throughout the next week, throughout the days, just in staggered groups to get all of your men there. With a 25, easily done. And then you said you wanted to outfit them a bit. You guys do have a substantial amount of money that you have both earned yourselves and sent back to the Resistance, if I'm not mistaken. The exact number I don't have off the top of my head, but it was somewhere around 2,000 gold sent just in valuables to the Resistance, if I'm remembering correctly. Just over the course between...
It was, I believe it was around 800 worth of valuables, and then another 2,500 of gold in...
Yeah, it's just like a staggering amount over the course of last week.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking for anything crazy, just to give him some type of... better than like a wet paper bag.
Okay,
like real armor and weapons.
Yeah, so that...
If possible, but for the women that are probably not going to do any of that, something's better than nothing. We've got to be strategic about it.
I'll say roll me a d20, because you're gonna, to get like actual supplies and everything, you are gonna have to send runners out and people to go out to the towns and purchase supplies and things like that in a fairly stealthy manner. Oof.
Get the captain.
Oh shit! Sorry. Nat 1. Fuck you. I don't want to do it though, I guess.
You send out your men. You kind of give them enough resources to pick up what they can in the varying trade settlements. You tell them to avoid the major cities and go check out some of the smaller places. And by the end of the, say, about 5-day period, only about half of them return. So you have enough to outfit a good portion of the forces here and that are going to be going with you, but I'd say only half of your resistant. It's like your army is currently carrying high grade gear. The rest are basically like leather armor and pitchforks or spears, like very rudimentary shit.
Okay, then I'm legit gonna like size people up, and if I think they're not gonna make it, I'm just not gonna give them armor. Like, I'm legit gonna be that bad. Like, oh, it looks like strong guy. Here's some fucking armor. Oh, look,
roll me an insight check.
Blown hip.
We're gonna give the PvPers the PvP armor.
Yeah. Roll me an insight check.
Insight. Ah,
yeah.
Yes. See how good I can do this. Insight's
you
not
have high
still, but we get this.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have decent wisdom.
How's a 12 feel?
12's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, okay. Oh, you just have good survival, right? My bad. Yeah, that's it. Okay, but like with the 12 insight, you know your men enough, and they're already pretty well outfitted, so they do get a bit of upgrades. So your troopers are a little more well equipped. You go through like the general population that's gathering here, and anytime a new group is sending out, you kind of size up who might be the strongest and who might be the weakest, and you make sure to distribute the weapons and armor as needed. You do have enough weapons to like give everyone basic armaments, just not everyone's going in with like armor per se. Some people are rolling in just cloth, standard peasantry. But they're all there and they're all willing to fight. So by the end of the week, you get about half of your forces fully outfitted, and the other half are just going to have to hope for the best in the fight.
I hope you can run faster than the other ones.
They are more.
The next few guys pick up their weapons.
What is this Russia shit? Okay, Gregory, what are you doing in this time? Throughout this week, you see Mantuka going around, figuring out the best routes to take, plotting your guys' path on the way forward. Mantuka, one more thing I need you to think about: how are you getting into Lysia? Are you gonna like go in as a prisoner? Are you sneaking in with the group? How would you like to make your way into the arena? I need you to think about that while we're dealing with Gregory and Ilsevere. Gotcha. Gregory, what are you doing to prepare?
Oh, well, I guess if we're going underground, if we're gonna be sneaking, I gotta kind of think about how to do that. I'm gonna be in my room, and I run over to my room that I share with Mr. Maker when he's there. I assume he's not at. Is he there? He's not at camp, eh?
Mr. Maker is at all times just working in his warehouse. He is there full time.
Oh, he is there? Okay, yeah. Even better. Okay, well, I go to our room that he's probably not in. He's probably in his little shop down the hall. Mm-hmm. And I just close it, and I just go right into the box, slide it down, take out the mask and put that down. Okay. I've done this before, I can do this again. I've done this before, I can do this again. I've done this before, I can do this again. I'm not very good at making these little items that I can make spells with, but I gotta get better. Let's just try. Crack off a piece of the bone mask, go into the box, and I just pull out a little champagne flute that I have dinnerware from, I think, when I started the campaign.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's chipped, it's broken, it's probably from my house. I probably grabbed it in a hurry when I was sneaking out that last night. And I just... Intention. Something else. I crush up the bone and into the champagne flute, and most of it goes out of it. Shit. Intention! I smash it down, and it goes partway through my hand, and a little bit of the blood just sort of seeps into the bone sand and just starts to like with a little bit of a green pulse. Something different? Would there be any rats around or any sort of bug?
Oh, those bugs, yeah, those
bugs. Perfect.
Bugs easy enough. You can find a beetle kicking around under a rock somewhere or something. You do live in a cave, a very damp, wet,
I was
moist.
hoping there'd be some sort of other creature. Yeah. I look over and I just go, something different. I throw the champagne flute at the little bug,
and as it's floating through the air, it just starts to like glorp and sort of like pulse like a heartbeat, and then from that heartbeat pops where is it? I just had it. This thing.
Ugh.
A tiny
What the fuck?
gross hand bursts out of it, and another, and then just 1 foot, and then a bunch of black hair sort of comes out with these really stark bangs, and a big eye just blorps out of it, and it takes a beaded necklace and slaps the bug and turns it into a rat as I cast polymorph.
Yeah. So you take this like little beetle that you've just trapped, like you trap it under one of your wooden glasses, and you prepare your spell, and as you cast it, the champagne flute goes over, and you just turn your glass up, and the little beetle starts skittering across the floor, but the champagne flute gets over to it, and as it does so, turns itself into a rat wearing a familiar bone mask.
Something different. Oh, I don't know how Dad did this and made them cute. Everyone I make, it turns into a weird freaky thing. Not that I don't like it. As I go and pick up the champagne flute with this green creature with a very, very obviously fake wig on it. It's got like rosary beads, but each bead is like, it looks like a bone and then a chunk of meat, and it's very nasty.
Okay.
And it looks over at me and just kind of, as it blinks, I just go,
Hi, Polly. It's nice to meet you. And then go say hi to your brothers and sisters.
and shove it into the box.
Okay, all right. You close the lid, make sure to latch it firmly.
Lovely.
Starts moving.
Okay.
Starts moving like
The rat
business.
just skitters over your floor and starts going after other bugs that are visible to it and trying to mine whatever food it can out of the nooks and crannies in your room.
I'm sure that I could make this work. I bet I could make... Ooh. I wonder how big I could make Elsevier. Okay. Okay, next thing. Something different? Getting away.
I'm gonna open the door, look around, and try and sneak out to where that big tunnel was where I was badger digging a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, up
I'm
at
gonna
the
do
top,
the same.
yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I take out the mask, crush up, and I summon the 16 giant badgers again.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, I just kind of go,
Something more.
I point, and my little snap of green flash, and 8 of the giant badgers kind of like osmosis split. And so this time there's, what's that, 17, 18, 19, 21, 24.
Lord.
So now there's 24 as I cast it at 7th level. Okay, good.
Better.
Expert tunneling, get away from things quick mode.
Let's just practice digging. Circular motion, everybody. Concentric circles.
And I'm just gonna practice digging.
Okay.
Quickly, efficiently, I'd like the tunnels to be tight. I want them to be big enough for like 2 people.
So about 10 feet wide. Okay, easily enough. You just start widening out this passage, and then once you get back into the main area, you go to that spot where you guys would go down to the Underdark and tunnel that out even further and like smooth out the passage, and by the end, you have an almost perfect, almost expertly handcrafted, or I should say badger crafted, tunnel. Just
Where
10
is it?
foot
There they are.
by 10 foot kind of circular roof, but straight sides. Just making its way straight down into the Underdark. You spend the next few hours practicing with them, make sure they're able to comfortably whip this design out in a moment's notice. The fucking animal summons kill me every time. And people just watch as this is happening. Like, this is entertainment to people here. Yeah. Some of the children who have never like seen wildlife of that kind up close are just enamored with this display of expert digging. You and your fucking badgers.
Big fan of the attention. Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do? That's like your first day.
That's great, because I'd probably, practice that for a few days. Try a few other, like, whambo combos when it comes to the animals, and I would try to practice turning Elsevier into something.
I would probably start with like a giant ape.
Okay.
I'd like to try and turn Elsevier into a giant ape, and we get that kind of down, and I'm like, just in case, we need to sneak in as a giant monkey and a little boy.
I wonder if I will still be able to do my monk moves as giant ape.
Unfortunately not.
You don't get a lot of your intelligence. You'll remember me, kinda. Do you like me now?
I don't know you that well, but you are best friend of Stanislav, so I think I do like you.
Okay, good. I figured you were still kind of mad that it wasn't my fault, but it was. Anyway, good, because that's probably all you'll remember. But
all right,
just
I'm sure
in case.
He was acting on his own bullheadedness.
Okay, I'm glad that you think that way.
He's Mantuka.
He thinks he thinks he puts others first, and I love him for it.
I'm a minotaur, not a bull.
It's true.
Exactly.
After the first few days of like practicing that, getting that going, on the morning of like the third or fourth day, I would wake up with a lot of intention and get breakfast very quietly and come back to my room, sit on my bed, and this time I take out the bone mask that, again, it's just always like shifting and changing. It looks like an elk one day, and then it's kind of more like a wolf, and then it goes into more like almost like a dinosaur head, like a brontosaurus or something. And I just put my hands on it, and that same green kind of flash and a pulse. And I want to talk to the spirit of the forest, if I can, by casting divination.
Oh my god.
That bitch?
You have not talked to that guy.
In a minute.
In a minute. Was it Vilcus? Was that his fucking name? God damn, that's so deep, and that's 2 years in the notes. This motherfucker has not come up.
For this.
Yeah, oh my god.
To Gregory, it's just the spirit of the woods.
I know.
It's all his friends. It's all his wolf friends back in that helped him.
It's okay, I can do this. I can definitely figure out where this guy is in the notes. You son of a
That's
bitch.
just really the closest thing to a god Gregory has.
Sandbagging mother effer.
And apparently I get divination in my druid class just as a thing, so I'm like, I gotta make use of this somehow.
You should tunnel under the Colosseum.
It's Byhass. I remember him. Fucking Diehouse. Yeah.
Diehouse.
So the one you met in the grove. You're casting divination.
When I got the bone mask.
Okay, what's your question? As you kind of sit there concentrating and feel yourself reaching out, you feel your spell manifest as you do so, and you reach out, thinking hard on this forest guardian you met long ago when you were still back with the lycanthrope tribe in the kingdom of Eldris, back when you were there for the funeral, and you just kind of push your consciousness out there into the ether. And after a while you hear a response. Yes, my child.
Are we gonna get him back? If Mantuka fights. Are we gonna get him back?
You will see your friend again. But whether or not you all survive this process is uncertain. But you will see Stanislav again.
I pick up the bone mask and just kind of like hold it to my chest.
Thank you. I just needed that reassurance. Oh.
Nice of you to reach out. It's been a while.
Hey, kinda
So nice that you reach out when you need something.
Talk about a fair weather friend.
It's how every god feels when the cleric who hasn't prayed in 60 sessions decides to
it's
fucking
always
pray a
Jesus
bit.
saves, not Jesus chills. Like, come on.
Love it. Yo, what the hell? Is that a new 3D print? I haven't seen. I like that. That is nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
That's pretty
It's like
heavy
a
metal.
Demon... Yeah,
Sick.
A Balfagor looking motherfucker.
right? Comes flame or blue flame or green flame, you know. It's very pointy though.
Hashtag not sponsored.
You're pointy.
Yeah, well.
So, yeah, as you kind of sit there and feel that moment just resonate with you, the certainty that you will be reunited with Stanislav at one point, but the uncertainty of what may follow. Deal with that information what you will.
Cool. Okay. And so I would just spend the last few days before we're planning on going, trying to, what's it called? Pin down the letters. Get that. I'll try and get anyone who hasn't replied. Try to find a way to get there, maybe faster or again. Try somewhere else for them. Sending out animals.
Well, you do now have a muster point that Mantuka has told you, so you could inform them of where you'd like to meet. Easily done. After a few days, a number of letters do begin to... It takes a while. It takes a little longer than you hoped, but then you kind of realize that to even send these letters, they not only had to send them and then receive them at a different location and bring them all the way back, because you can't exactly send messenger birds to your secret sanctuary. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Care of secret
base. not quite that easy. But it does come back to you. You hear from the Kegon's men at Southwatch. He sent word to them himself, so you have some of them coming down to help you. Some of the clandestine members of the Eldresian military are coming to assist. You hear back from the tribe. Their response does not come to you in the form of a letter. However, after a few days, you do hear the familiar voice of the leader in your head, again, whose name is 2 years buried into the notes at this point. A familiar friend to you. I will be there, young Gregory. I'm kind of just sitting there one day when this voice just appears in your head. Time and place. That's all I need to know. That's all you get back. Then around evening time that night, probably the next day in terms of how long it would take to get all the way to Whitethorn, you're sitting, just enjoying whatever it is you're doing at that moment, kind of going through your spells, planning your stuff for the day, when you hear a very familiar voice inside your head, one you have not heard in several months, several months since you first left the city of Whitethorn. You hear your father. For the first time. You hear old man Zavadal in your ear. My son, I could not be more proud of you. I admit I was angry when you took my toy box. But I see, and it cuts off there as he comes to the end of his first message spell. A few seconds come by and pops back into your head again. That you have taken good care of it and made a good name for yourself. Your mother and I are so proud. My fighting days are long behind me. But you will not be... Stops. Comes back. Alone. We are sending what aid we can. It will be waiting for you at Ilsar's estate. Good luck. Be safe. Come home. You do have a chance to respond. You're familiar with this magic.
Thank you for not being mad. I love you guys. And I'll come back with celebration.
I love it.
There's no further response gathered. He used up all of his magic getting the one long message to you. But you do feel the message is received, and somewhere inside it is nice to know that your father is, while probably a little perturbed about his toy box going missing, is understanding and accepting of the path you've chosen to take. And we'll send what help you can.
Gregory's got a bounce in his step the entire day, and he's got the toy box, like, he usually has it hanging on his side, but he's got it, like, under his arm the whole day. He's just like...
Okay, I think that about wraps it up for you. A few your other allies, basically everyone you wrote to gets back to you over the course of the time, except for the Iron Hoof tribe. You hear no word back from them. Mantuka. Ilsevere. What are you doing?
So, for the most part, Elsevier is going to be doing what he always does, helping the new refugees that just came in, those like 70 or some odd former prisoners. But the thing in particular that he wants to do is, in very brotherly fashion, go through Stanislav's room and stuff to see if he had anything in his possession that he didn't carry on him normally, that would be of use that he maybe didn't know the importance of, that he couldn't read, that type of thing.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Stanislav doesn't have a lot of possessions.
A positive number? An investigation? Shit.
No,
I'm gonna use my disadvantage.
I mean, technically, yeah, it's whatever roll you want to use it on. So if you want to burn your disadvantage, go ahead.
Deal with it. I already rolled the 9, I'm using it.
I'll accept that. You sneaky said, we're changing that rule after that one, but just this once, everyone gets one. So, oh no.
On one rule one.
So, it takes you a bit. Stanislav doesn't have a lot of possessions, but between all of the new people coming in, the preparations for war, all of the medical attention that some of the soldiers coming back have needed, and the prisoners that were sent, you guys do notice your Imperium prisoners that you took have been safely returned by Seder and everyone. They're settled in nicely to their space. Looking through Stanislav's stuff, he doesn't have a lot of possessions. He carries basically everything that's important to him right on him, but you do find a number of documents that he probably picked up in his time learning at the Temple of Torm, just kind of the basic tenets and teachings of Torms that looks like he's maybe been trying to copy some of them down and work on his reading a little and his writing, and like perhaps you can see that he's been putting a lot of research and study into his religious beliefs and everything. You find a very, very plain, extremely simple medallion of Torm that is just kind of wrapped around some of the papers, like just kind of tucked in between some of the documents there. Looks like one that he
pick that up and hold on to that for now. That medallion.
You can't just hold on to that. Not a medallion you're familiar with. Not sure where he got it from, but you know Torm and you know Torm's teachings, and you know that carrying that doesn't go anywhere against your own god's teaching. So that's about it. Stanislav is not a man of many possessions, despite being all of you now being people of inordinate wealth. So much fucking money. What's up, Insomnia? Welcome in, dude. Gregory, you have advantage from Insomnia.
Also, in addition to the helping people in that,
yeah, you got a week
coming.
Yeah, you got a week. Like,
just gonna get into a little bit better shape. Maybe do some running up and down the spiral of the settlement and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Sit in on a training session or two with the
Mantuka
militia and whatnot.
You want to do a training session with Mantuka? He's the one training the militia.
I'm not stupid. I'm gonna go fight in the fucking pit. I'm not pulling a fucking quaddie. The fuck?
Okay.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
So I will say, roll me an athletics check as you just you are preparing and steeling yourself for battle, and just getting yourself ready. And let's see how you do.
Eye of the Tiger montage.
Straight up.
It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Driving up to the
Not a lot of good rolls.
Horrible.
A lot of not good rolls for you. You start getting winded, like about halfway up the stairs. You're like, fuck.
I've been eating too much in this place.
You realize like the time in the sanctuary and in like the time away from training and that rigorous travel that you used to commit to every minute of every day has kind of begun to catch up with you. So you don't receive any bonuses for the heavy training, but you spend that week just trying to get into the best possible shape of your life. That's so funny. Wow, Kieran, good job with that shout outs, dude. Thank you, I appreciate you, homie. I think my stream deck is frozen, so unfortunate that you rolled so low, but you at least aren't suffering any penalties for it. You spent some time training with the militia and trying to pass on what knowledge and wisdom you have, and by about the 5-day, 6-day point, or probably by about the 5-day point, you guys are about ready to make your leave and travel to Lysia in whatever way. Mantuka, have you put any thought into how you're going to get your way into the arena? What's the plan there?
My intent is to present myself as the amazing warrior that I am and enter myself into this contest.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't want to do that, then I'm going to fucking headbutt a guard and then I'm going to go in. So either way, I'm going in. So, like, I'm a pretty big deal. They don't know it yet. They're going to find out one way or another.
I mean, they do. That's actually why I'm asking. You are a known and wanted criminal in the Imperium. Your face is plastered everywhere around there on wanted posters.
Full disclosure, didn't think about that one so much.
You are an active leader of the rebellion. That's right. That's actually specifically why I was checking. I'm like, how are we gonna get by this? It's definitely doable. You are a wanted criminal, and you know what happened to Stanislav when he got caught.
I'll wear a cloak.
What's up, Cannon?
You could perhaps rid you of your body hair.
Too many times, man.
It just started growing back in
Mantuka
after the
has
last
been
time.
Like, he's been naked the entire time. It's not comfortable. There's not a
I like to call it getting rockoed.
Yes. I'm gonna send a runner.
Okay.
I'm going to send one of the ladies to go in my stead and get an audience with the Ludus Master, or whatever the fuck we call that dojo shit.
Mm-hmm. You mean the one who captured Stanislav?
I wouldn't know that, but yeah. And I want her to relay that I'd like to be in the tournament.
Okay.
Perhaps you should use a fake name.
Yeah, Santuka. Santuka wants to fight.
Perfect.
While all that is happening, Linax is just kind of observing you all and kind of enjoying you all, just grinding the gears on that one. Or you could get yourself caught. Turn yourself in, they'll probably try to execute you right along with Stanislav.
There's no promise that I'll go there. They'll probably house me somewhere else.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
They might enter you in the same tournament nonetheless, though.
Honestly, I'd put money on it. They do like a spectacle. Why execute one when you can execute two? Food for thought, you have time to think about it. It's quite the long journey to Lysia anyway.
I'm gonna stick with I'm gonna send a runner.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of track down one of the members of your own unit, one of the more lithe and more capable at moving quick distances over rugged terrain, probably one of the archers, and you send her directly along the path to Tersa, telling her to make no wasted time, and try to arrange a meeting with Ikesh, the trainer of gladiators who has entered Stanislav into the ring. You guys do know who it is at this point, so not a difficult feat for you. You send her off, you know it's a couple days, so word probably won't get back to you until you guys are arriving at Lysia, but you've sent your runner out and you can only hope for the best at this point.
It is a good plan.
Okay.
Throw it
Yeah,
against the wall. If it sticks, it's good.
What's it? I feel like anything we would do magically wouldn't last long enough. Anything we would do in terms of, like when Stan painted himself blue, you know, I don't know if it would work on you quite the same way he worked on him.
I have a hood.
I think the hood's the way to go. Can we dye him?
Perhaps.
Can we bleach him?
Talk about the hood.
Perhaps if we were to disguise your hooves.
Oh, yes! There is something. We could cover your hooves with something for sure.
Paint them black or something like that.
I will not these are of honor, and I will not be ashamed, nor will I hide them.
Well, shit.
The suggestion.
Okay, yeah. And you know what? It would be unfair to ask you to compromise your morals.
But if you want, I can put them in. If we can find large boots, you
Ooh,
wouldn't be able to see the.
Big boots.
okay.
Cow boots.
Right, yeah. You know what? If we
The
can't find
lazy
them,
race.
I'm sure Mr. Maker can whip something up. Hopefully. We'll have to pay him a lot of money, but
I'm sure I can.
I really think he fucking owes me. I really think he owes me.
So, as you guys are all preparing on the 5th day before you're planning to head out, you are called for a final meeting of the leadership here. The last of the individuals to leave. You see Firo already standing there, decked out in his newly purchased armor that he's bought for himself, looking like a true commander for the first time since you've seen him. It's plain, very simple armor, but it is very sturdy and very well made. He's kind of standing same way he always does, with two hands, just kind of leaning down over the table, looking out over all the maps he has spread out. He sees you two into. Welcome. So this is it. It's the time. It's now.
yeah, no time like the present.
Only a few questions remain. Only a bit of planning left to do. How are we getting our men into the city?
Small assassin pockets.
Yeah, I figured as much, but we need to get the bulk of our forces in there, and small assassin pockets will only work for so long. We need to get our men in the city and in bulk quickly.
I think the Druhilla family was going to try and get us in the secret passage underneath.
That's small enough for a small group, yes. Then you see at this point the youngest Druhilla daughter kind of pops in. Yes, I can lead a small group of you through, but it's not conducive to leading a large army. It's only about 5 feet across. It's barely big enough for one.
Right. Well, once I get in, what I can do is I can turn around and make our own tunnel. Big enough for 2 people at least at a time. Won't be perfect, but it'd be quick. I can get 24 giant badgers digging for an hour.
Is that all that connection that I heard earlier
Is
in the
it?
week?
Yeah,
I thought there was an earthquake.
that's what I call them altogether. That's so funny. I call them all earthquake. It was hard to name 24 of them.
Okay, so that's the plan then. You come into my family's tunnel and you widen it with... Did you say badges?
Giant badgers, yeah. Their name is Earthquake.
Giant badges named Earthquake.
Yeah.
Okay.
With all due respect, my lady, there might not be much left of your property, the tunnels, nor Lysia afterwards.
I'm not worried about afterwards, I'm worried about before. There's 200 men, even with a tunnel 10 feet wide. That is... long time.
It's not perfect, that's for sure.
Furo kind of pipes up.
And-
I don't think we should be attacking from one place.
Oh,
More points of entry, the better. Less time for them to recover and mount a resistance. If we all enter from the same tunnel, that's a choke point that we could all very well die in.
that's
We need
true.
to be we need to be smart about this. So what about, and he kind of lays it out, like where the tunnel idea is going, why don't we try to, and he kind of like points to the other end of the city, what if you tunneled up there as well? 2 points of
As
entry,
an
2
additional
points,
tunnel instead of widening the existing one.
2 points to attack.
Oh,
We launch one attack from the Druhilla estate, and you dig another tunnel, and we launch an attack from the eastern side of the city as well.
yes. Yes, okay, yes. Because I don't think these badgers are pretty good. I think they can make a new tunnel almost just as fast as they could widen an old one.
I trust your judgment, but I think 2 points of attack are better.
I agree. That's a really good idea, actually.
Good, Kerbo. What's up, dude? Well, who's leading? Mantuka, I understand you'll already be in the arena. What are we going to do about that?
Well,
how are you going to get
I
out?
think I'm taking care of it, but
well, getting into the
figure it out.
arena is one thing, but how are we going to get you out? More tunnels. I want to make sure we have all our cards on the table and every possible option has been discussed before we launch our plans.
I have a feeling that Stanislav will have a plan for that, for the exit from the arena.
Unless he's dead.
Unless
he is the type.
Unless he's dead.
Unless he's dead, yes, but we're not going to talk about that.
Lynax kind of pipes up. I've never really known him to be the planning type, but I'll take your word for it.
You know...
Surely if he's around other slaves, then he's not alone.
Oh.
With respect, we don't know. We don't know who or what he will be fighting. He might very well be alone.
Or dead.
Or the D word, yes.
They would not kill him before the tournament. He's too valuable.
No. But I believe they will do everything they can to kill him in the tournament, and they are not above cheating, believe me.
Sometimes things happen to gladiators when they're of notoriety. Other gladiators are bought to show purpose.
Perhaps you could lie your way in and pretend
I'm super good at lying.
Pretend to have wanted to turn sides, and then they will be slightly more inclined to let you fight him in the arena. For the spectacle.
I really feel like all my planning is going to result in a headbutt.
In the end, we just headbutt our way through our problems.
As we do.
As we do.
I mean, you know, if it gets really bad, I'm really hoping that my making a bunch of animals plan, maybe I can make them fly, get us out. That's kind of my one.
Flying badgers.
Essentially. Be giant bats or owls or something like that, but it would be pretty much.
I would need a big ass bat to fly my ass out of here.
I can make about 24 of them now, so it's I can give you like 4, maybe we can get one on each limb. Just.
You see Lynax kind of looking down at the map of the city. What if we attack the arena?
I say what now?
That's what I was thinking as well.
What if we attack the arena?
Where all the big scary guys with the sharp things are?
Where all the nobility is. All the lords, ladies, everyone. The whole city will be in that arena for this execution. We converge our attack there.
A portion of their security forces.
Yeah,
if not all of them.
The slave per capita and the noble per capita is definitely going to be askew in that area. You are right.
Yeah,
safest
place to hit. Minimal collateral damage.
Yeah, less casualties.
And if the opportunity presents itself, we free and bring slaves with us along the way for our forces as we fight.
Ideal. So we have a plan.
I like that idea. I think we do.
A scary plan, but I think it's gonna work. And the two-sided thing still going with that plan. We'll just that'll be kind of our focus point is the arena.
If it makes it easier, I should probably pull this up for you. Yeah, this probably help you guys out a little bit.
Ooh, pretty.
So this is the city of Lysia. There's the Druhilla estate up there, and the place he was pointing was around this wall, where Greg, you very specifically remembering murdering a shopkeeper with Mr. Maker.
I would think that the moment he set down that map and pointed there, Gregory just went stark white for a second and then just a bit.
We attack from two sides. The Bloodspring Arena is on an island. If we take that island, then everyone on it, we take the city.
Perhaps, and he's pointing to the map, because of how close the Druhilla estate is. We launch a kind of blitz attack from there, directly across to the arena, and then moments later, once they think there's a way out, we bring the other half in.
And cut off their escape.
Exactly.
There are 4 bridges leading to the island. We need to make sure all of them are closed. If we're only attacking from 2 points, the other 2 bridges could provide valuable means of escape.
Perhaps we should
I don't
speak to
suppose
certain
anyone-
somebody about some explosives.
Little more dramatic than I had in mind, but I do like it.
We saw what he did to the wall.
That's true.
Line accessing. Just the fucking horror of everything that poor guard went through. Well, fucking
All
Hellscorp
right,
set that up.
We'll get you somebody to talk to once this is all over. He says jokingly too.
No, we have our plan. Most of our men are already in the cliffs. There's only a few left to arrive. And we need only head out at whenever we're ready, but I think we should split up. 2 groups. You travel alone, we travel alone, and we all get there separately. That way, if one of the groups doesn't make it, at least half of our command makes it there safely.
Sounds good to me.
Good.
And also, I would happily volunteer to dispose of the bridges. Seeing how dangerous it is. And
There you go.
Quite quick, after all.
Alright, well, will you go have a little discussion with that crazy man in the basement down there and see what you can do about that. We are going to make way. Good luck. Get there safe.
Right.
Get there quickly.
Magic users. Do you have anyone who's magical at all? Going to this is the group that would be the west side of the city, right?
The youngest Truhilladata, Yuria, kind of pipes up. I'm not near your caliber, that of my father, but I'm capable enough.
Oh, I was so hoping it would be one of you. My father's sending some toys. Make use of them, please, and we'll figure out if getting them back and stuff afterwards. Don't worry about it. Use them to save your life and others' lives, please.
I'm like gripping the hand probably too tight right now.
Ow. It's quite alright.
I trust you.
I will be in touch with my father, and I'll see to it whatever your father has left for you makes its way to your hands before the attack.
But you need to make sure to use it in the meantime if you can.
I will do what I can. Be safe. Travel quietly. Good luck.
Severi goes and gives Lionax a big bro hug.
Yeah, he basically slaps like the grip arm away and just smacks one right on you. Just big old hug. The metal arm kind of digs into your back uncomfortably a bit as he does so.
By now.
They kind of all make their way. They kind of get their gear ready and all make way down that same path out of the sanctuary. So, the question remains now. First of all, you said you'd like to figure out some explosives, so that's a Mr. Maker discussion to have. And then I need you guys to figure out which way you want to take to Lysia. How are you gonna make your way there? So, you do find Mr. Maker working quite diligently in his office. He's got his welding, these big goggles on that protect his eyes from sparks and everything while he's forging and working with his metals. He seems pretty absorbed in his work right now. But as you kind of come down and try to get his attention, he looks up to you. Yeah. What?
I need bombs, and I slap down 10 gold in front of him.
Big bombs, small bombs.
Bridge removing bombs. Or if possible.
He just goes over and opens this like metal crate, or like goes over to open this, and he like looks at you. Tells you to turn around. Just gives you like. You just hear the sound of a lock, like as he's like just setting the combination, then and opens it, and you find that Mr. Maker has made and installed an entire arsenal down here, just like a iron safe built into this structure that houses mountains of gunpowder. Take your pick. You said bridge exploding bombs. Okay, I got you. And he just starts grabbing bundles of explosives and putting them into a duffel bag and just puts the top one in with the last fuse coming out the top and ties the bag tight. That's one.
He's got them all alphabetical. It's
Grabs
like B, bridges,
bridge, bomb. Got it.
I don't know whether to be terrified or impressed.
Yeah, have you ever seen like a bundle of grape shot that they'd load into a cannon? Like how it's just a burlap bundle with a bunch of just bulging balls coming out of either side of it? That's what you're holding, just a burlap sack full of bombs, easily enough to take down a bridge.
Does it have the Mr. Maker logo with that?
Bulging balls.
Just right. I know. Okay. Thank you, Peter. But yes, there is the familiar on the burlap, and engraved on each of the metal on the bombs. The same face. In fact, there's Mr. Maker branding floor to ceiling in this safe right now.
The gunpowder kegs have his branding. The
all
safe
of it
has his branding.
All of it. Yeah, 100%.
Even the safety posters in the back is like Mr. Maker being like, fuck safety.
Yeah. Holding up like missing finger and shit. So he hands you second duffel. He's like, there you go, that's 2. Good luck, guys.
I need 2 more.
No, each of those is enough for a bridge, trust me.
Oh, all right.
I'm glad to do all 4 bridges.
Just 2. You cut off the 2 escape routes.
Right,
and then
right.
attack from the other ones. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure these will do well.
Good luck. I'll be here if you need me. I got shit to work on. I'll be busy.
Enjoy yourself.
Flicks his goggles back down, closes the safe, makes sure no one's looking, and locks it all back up, resets everything, and goes back to just hammering on his forge at this point. Looks like he's building something quite impressive. You're not sure what it is. But it is, there's just a ton of varying machine parts all around his workshop down here. So
yeah, and Elsevier thinks to himself, not even going to begin to comprehend what the fuck's going on here. He's walking back with the bombs.
Okay. Yeah, you have 2. They're pretty big, like potato sack sized burlap, right? Definite enough to destroy a bridge or 2 or a city block if you're careful with it. Or not careful with it, I guess, more accurately. So, as you guys kind of group, man, how are you dealing with the bombs? They're quite heavy. There's a lot of explosive there. This could be a bitch to carry. I'd say each package is probably about 50 pounds a piece, if not more.
Do we have any goats? Livestock in this case?
Yeah, Minotaur.
You have a Minotaur?
Bombs are yours.
Whoa, I'll do one.
All right, fine.
You have a Minotaur. Whoa.
You have a 50-pound bomb. You can add that to your inventory.
Mule. I don't fucking know you.
You don't know me like that.
You're not my boyfriend.
Okay,
So-
we each have a bomb.
With that, 50-pound bomb. With that, you are all ready to make way. How are you planning to get to Lysia? That is the single most important question here. You have several routes at your disposal. Looking at the world map.
Yeah, can we have that?
You guys, of course, know you are right here in between these mountains. Tucked away in your little sanctuary, and Lysia is way the fuck down there.
I think the best route would be a direct route through the desert that nobody takes.
Honestly, yeah.
I've traveled that way my whole life. I would be able to guide us.
And I can keep us going on animals for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours.
Okay, yes, we'll be fine. You guys will be making good time.
9.
Can I eat your magical animals?
You can, but they poof into nothing.
So that's a no.
That is an
Just
absolute
answer it a
no.
no.
But it's a cuter no.
So,
Yes, but no.
It's a misleading no, and no one likes that in this day and age.
Yeah.
planning on a more direct route, the party, basically Elsevier, Mantuka, and Gregory, make your way out of the sanctuary and southward towards the Ember Steppe. For the first time in quite a while, you guys have not made your way onto these sands in some time. I will say, just roll me, whoever wants to lead the way through the mountains can roll me in a survival check to try to find the fastest possible route.
I got this, fuckers.
Just to keep this nice and
Oh, you
breezy.
dirty
I rolled a
James
29.
Jesus.
I
Elsevier,
already said I was gonna
I'll
read
allow
it,
it to
so-
happen.
Elsevier do be tracking a bunch. So you've traveled
First
these
round, bro.
mountains for years, like even more so than Stanislav. You spent more of your life in these mountains than
Since
he
he
has.
poofed into existence as a fully grown tiefling 38 years ago.
And
happened?
you guys know your. Oh no, you were born. Tieflings are born. Yes.
I want to say hatched.
They don't grow in eggs. What the fuck, guys?
Eggs.
With a roll
from
like
my
that,
mother.
with a roll like that, you very quickly find the quickest route through the mountains with the help of Gregory's animal companions, I believe you said. You make very quick time, and by the end of your first day of travel, you find yourself crossing the threshold of the Incendus mountain range and kind of looking out over the cliffside at this sprawling ocean of rock and sand that goes almost as far as the eye can see until you just barely catch the glittering waters of the southern Osrian Sea and Decifian oceans. You guys stand for the first time on the edge of the Ember Steppe. As you kind of stand there taking in the gravity of what it is about to come, standing there on a literal precipice of your journey. This is where we'll be taking our break today, because we're about to dive into some stuff, and I would like to have that be uninterrupted. So, we're going to take a quick 10, everybody. Do not go anywhere, we won't be long. We'll be back in mere moments to continue our story. I appreciate everyone who's come by, hung out. Kayla, thank you again for the sub. You right at the start there before we got started. I appreciate you. I will see you guys in just a few. Don't go anywhere. Bye. we go. What's up, everybody? We're back. Woo-hoo. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. I appreciate everyone who's hanging out for the stream, popping off in here tonight. I appreciate you guys. So while we're here, you guys have finally laid all your plans. All of your downtime has been spent. Preparations have been made. You've upgraded your troops a little bit, and you have decided to set forth back towards the Ember Steppe. You guys left to reach the end of the Incendus mountain range with very good time, thanks to a couple of checks from Ilsphere. Thank you for the hydrate, Chris. And eventually made your way back to where it all started, Chris. You haven't been back to the Ember Steppe in some time, and as you kind of all stand here overlooking this desert, you see the path laid before you. Who's taking the lead here? I keep thinking Stanislav, but Ilsevere, my bad. Okay, so I would like you to roll me another survival. This is just to track your way as you guys kind of come off the rocky precipice, walking down the goat paths on the cliffside until you reach the rocky sands below. At which point Ilsevere, kind of taking point for the party, makes his way out into the Ember Steppe, leading very much by example.
I'd like to say, too, that the animals every hour would change depending on need. So they go from, like, goats. Did I ever see riding lizards? Was that a thing?
If you want big riding lizards, fine.
I'm wondering, like, Greg would sort of, if they have to be flying things, they'd be giant owls. If they would have to be, more mountainous, it would be goats. Giant hyenas is an option.
Hyenas are quite common here in the Ember Steppe. They are very commonly found, so not a bad place to start.
If Mantuka could ride a giant lizard, I would check off a couple things off the bucket list.
I will allow
That'll be one for sure.
If you want lizard mounts, are allowed. How long can you have mounts up for during the day?
It's an hour, and I counted my spell slots. How many do I need?
I mean, at full day's travel is 8 hours.
In terms of how many people are with us, I have 4 for
it's,
sure, right?
It's just the 3 of you right now.
Just the 3?
Yep.
Awesome. So I would be able to keep that going.
The leaderships went into 3 groups. Lynax went with Furo, and the Uria Druhilla, and the 3 of you are going separately as well. That way, if one group gets caught, hopefully the other one can still make it.
I'll be able to make at least 9 hours going for with the number I would need.
No problem at all. Jesus.
Any animal we need to.
I call my lizard Drooly.
Ilsevere can go on foot as well, because this is how he do.
That's true. He fast as fuck, boy. So you travel through the Ember Steppe for about a day's worth, almost making double the amount of distance with your mounts. What's up?
I rolled a 13, but I'm proficient with cartographer's tools. Would that affect this roll in any way?
No, that is the ability to draw maps.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's straight up. Like if you had mapped this, use those tools before to map out a route, yes, that would help because you would have planned your route and actually physically mapped it, which is really gonna be useful in the next campaign. Remember that, because you're gonna fucking need it.
I just didn't really realize Elsevier had that.
But with no worries. But with a 13, it takes you a little longer this time. You haven't been back in some time. Definitely not used to trying to lead mounts on the way as you do so. So it takes you a little longer. You don't make at quite as good time as you would have. So instead of double, you'd be just 50% faster than you normally would be. But you do still make fairly good time. Towards the last hour of your day of travel, you guys come up on a bit of a jarring sight. I want everyone to roll me a perception check real quick, just to see what you see. You guys come over a rather large sand dune. Oops.
I have a plus 10 in perception, and I still rolled a 13.
You're rolling like ass. 2 3s in a row for you. Oh, okay. So
I rolled a 29 on a survival.
Sorry, throat dry, and I got splashed in the eye by my bottle. We're good. Not the first time that's happened. So, as you guys arrive, you kind of come over this sand dune, and what you find is just a sprawling expanse, and kind of off to the southwest of where you come over the sand dune. On this map, you guys would just be coming over this side over here, the top right corner. You see what looks like a burrow almost built in, but quite large. Just like the top of it kind of creeping out. You see a little bit of a rocky precipice, barely 5 feet off the top of the sands, with just a little bit of a cave entrance visible through the top of it. Everyone who's above a 15, which is just Mantuka, starts to pick up on little details as you're approaching. There, even from here, is very clearly an abundance of bones just strewn about the sands here. As you kind of approach a little, you see just a skeleton against a cactus, having been bleached dry by the sun and the elements. Bones everywhere, pieces of armor, weapons laying in the sand, all no longer wielded by dead hands. And as you kind of look into the burrow, you definitely get the idea with that perception roll that something has been lurking in there, attacking people. One more point before I get to you. You pick up on very quickly that there's several signs of conflict around here. The ground has been repeatedly moved around and torn up. Some bodies are fresher than others. Some appear to have all died around the same time with that perception check. You also see an abundance of loot. High tier adventuring gear that has just been left out to bleach in the sun on corpses that are no longer needing it. You see the twinkle of fine blades that have not been aged at all by the time in the desert. All just kind of strewn about the sands around this cavern. You have no idea what might be in it, but it's something that definitely seemed to devastate a very large number of people.
Good thing Mr. Maker isn't here right now.
I really don't like this place.
That's because the perception check that was severe, by the way. My Tuka sense is tingling.
I mean, if we were able to take out whatever lives in there, that would be fantastic shelter. But that's a lot of bodies.
Like a lot. Like a lot of bodies, dozens.
Is this like in the way? Like, can we skirt around?
Definitely. Yeah, no, I mean, it is you have a massive expanse of desert to work with. You just happen to stumble with the checks you made and the survival onto a massive pile of loot, all centered around this massive cave in the center of the desert.
As Mantuka points this out, can I tell what kind of creature this is by footprints or some sort of marking?
Roll me a survival check, please.
Or worm-tail burrowing device.
Okay. Also a nature check along with that, please, just for my posterity. Okay. There's nothing around that really gives you an exact indicator of what this might be, but some things you do notice, unlike this body leaning against the cactus, there is a massive caved-in portion of this individual's rib cage, like a large stinger or something large punctured right through the center of it. You don't see much around beyond that. You do notice the bodies that are more alive, or not more alive, more fresh, more recently killed, still have these blackened veins that just course through their whole bodies, and several large puncture wounds in the chest. One individual has been like completely torn in half, and one half is on one side of the pit, and the other half is on the other side of the pit. Do with that information what you will. Also with those perception checks and everything, you see probably hundreds if not thousands of gold worth of adventurers loot here.
Just saying, it wouldn't be the worst idea.
Trap.
It does scream trap, Mantuka. But you know what screams war efforts paid
Adolescent
for?
Gregory, what are we doing right now?
We're trying to get into the town, but we need to be very, very strong when we get there. And if we had a bunch of, let's say, random
Gold to
magical...
drag.
Not gold. It's the gold. If it happens, it happens. Sorry, Mr. Maker's been influencing me, but this is... It's more about the weapons and stuff in there. Imagine we get into the arena. We're surrounded by our teammates, and we're just passing out fucking god weapons.
They don't let you take your own weapons into the arena.
This is more of like the fighting part.
Oh,
Like
I
the
see.
yeah.
When we enter
yeah.
the arena illegally and start
Yeah.
After the
murdering the
kaboom!
I understand.
Yeah.
Diversion
And-
boom.
We can fill my toy box with a bunch
Diversion
of
boom.
just god weapons, and we're just handing those to our fucking friends. Imagine the looks on their faces. Imagine the things we could do.
Okay, I vote against this. I'll stand here. You can go get in trouble, and then I'll save you. But I'm against
Okay.
this.
I mean, if there's
Okay.
one thing I can do, it's
Fuck
a lot
things
of
up.
fun, yes, but also a lot of incredible devastation, especially on one point, and especially if I have a second to prepare for it.
I should come and help you keep watch, seeing as you are still a child and you might get hurt.
But
Adolescent Gregory,
Still child.
we're breaking molds.
we're breaking the mold. Go. So my two plans are, A, either I summon a lightning storm above the hole and every 6 seconds just pound it with lightning. Or I summon, what would be the scariest and most intimidating thing I could do?
Throw a ball of fire into cave.
A giant fireball would definitely have to happen, I think, for sure, before whatever it is pops out.
Trogan, roll me a D100! Exclamation point D100 in the chat, please. Please give me a sandstorm. Roll high.
Where?
Mantuka.
Well, why don't you just create one of your fucking creatures? Go fucking see what's in the cave. Like a little recce. A little recce. I'm still standing back here. I still fucking hate you, but if you're gonna do your
Perhaps
stupid
you-
shit, at least you know what you're doing.
Use creature as bait to draw thing out of cave to get good
I
luck.
mean, Mantuki, you saw my giant snakes whenever that we got on that town. Those,
It doesn't have to be that big. It can be something small, like a little mouse. It doesn't always have to be ginormous.
it always has to be
Moderate for the
ginormous.
situation.
You know, but once it
Moderation.
gets there, it could keep whatever it is busy while we scoop, and scoot.
100%.
scoot.
As soon as it knows it's there, shit's going down. It's not gonna be easy to scoopy.
But if I send down 3 giant constrictor snakes, they are huge beasts.
Listen, Gregory, focus. Are you looking at me? Just
No.
do whatever degenerate bullshit you're gonna do. I'm here for it. I'll be back here. I'm gonna grumble. I'm
Okay.
probably gonna yell at you. but
Okay.
Let's just do this.
Okay.
I like your plan. Let's do it.
I love it too. I pull out the bone mask, I crack it in half, and then I crack it again into a third, and I just I keep one piece actually, so half, keep one little piece to regenerate, and 3 giant hunks I'm gonna chuck right into the mouth of that little cave, and I'm gonna summon
hide?
3. I don't think that. Yeah. I run over to Elsevier and we're just like, get somewhere else. And I'm gonna summon 3 giant constrictor snakes to just go down the hole and keep whatever it is busy. That's the thing I put in its brains. Just keep whatever it is busy.
Yep, they just slither paths through the sand and kind of go over the top of the rise and into this cave, and that's it.
I look over at
They
it.
just disappear. They disappear from your sight entirely, and you don't know what's going on beyond that.
I look at Elsevier and I go, I run towards the mouth of the cave.
No.
What?
Okay. Love that. Love,
and my intention
love
is to just be running and scooping.
So
Running and
Elsevier,
scooping,
as you
whatever
like
looks
start,
good.
Oh, you're grabbing from the body right in
you
front of the cave.
stealthing like your way down there, just crouching down the sand dunes, going from one solid rock to another, so as to not disturb it and cause like a rolling effect. And as you're perfectly, expertly picking out your path and stealthily making your way along, Gregory just arms flailing, kind of going down the sand dune. You know when like you start running and your body, like there's that center of non-balance? Yeah, okay. So Gregory, roll me a dexterity saving throw,
personally
please.
run down a sand
As
dune
you're just
before I
running
know
down
what
the
it's
sand
like.
dune. Yeah, it's a low DC. This is just for fun. This is a for fun save.
I kind of look like Kermit the Frog.
Elsevier just whispers, "My brother is wearing off on him far too much."
Yeah, you're just flailing your way. You eventually catch your way, you make your way to the bottom, and you sprint forward. And you're just trying to grab stuff off of bodies. Anything? You're just grabbing shit.
Anything that looks good. Weapons.
Roll me an investigation check. As this is all happening, you feel the wind start to pick up across the Ember Steppe. The sand start kind of drifting off the top of the sand dunes, and you feel the biting of sand across your skin as the winds pick up. It wasn't enough for a sandstorm. You guys were like fucking 1% away from a sandstorm, but it is deafening. Like the wind is almost deafening at this point. It's just howling over this empty desert. You have to kind of cover your eyes and protect from the sand. I will say everyone is at disadvantage for any perception-based attack. You are basically in dim lighting right now, but not with dark vision. Like, you just can't see because sand is being buffeted into your face. You're basically under the effects of dim light as of now.
Stanislav that has the sand goggles, not Elsevier. Shit.
Yep, it is.
Can I roll again for investigation
No.
then?
Yeah, so you are at disadvantage, so go ahead. Trogan, sorry.
Elsevier is going to run down and start looking as well.
Okay, roll me an investigation check at disadvantage as well. Mintuka, you're just standing there like, fuck.
Disappointed, Dad.
You had your hand up at one point. Did I miss you? What were you gonna say? I think I forgot to come back to you. That's my bad.
It was gonna be the description for the initial cactus scene.
Mm-hmm.
My mic cut out, but I get the gist of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
It's
got it.
Deadly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Investigation. Not great. You start rummaging through bodies, trying to find whatever you can. Still being quiet as do so, because you did roll that very good stealth check. Gregory is just grabbing bodies, throwing them aside. Gregory, with that investigation, you're not gonna find a whole lot right off the bat. However, you do find a potion of healing on one of the bodies, and there is a spear and shield that one of the more warrior dressed individuals was wearing that both appear to be quite magical. You can spend a minute kind of wrestling with the spear out of the guy's death grip that he has it in, just the rigor mortis kind of closed around as his hand mummified in the desert and dried.
Here, allow me.
You pry
I break all of his fingers off.
Break the fingers. You pull the spear off. They do appear to be enchanted, and fairly heftily so. However, while all that is going on, having Gregory thrown any kind of stealth to the wind whatsoever, you feel the ground beneath your feet start to tremble, start to vibrate. And Mantuka, as you're watching, you see the sand start to kind of roll down towards them. The ground begins shaking dangerously, and even as it does, this massive black pointed stinger tail curves out of the sand in the middle of the clearing where you guys are standing. Oh, where'd I put the dude?
Was I right first or am I right now? I don't know.
Are you? Also drag you guys where you are looking for loot right now. So you'd be in the bulk of that shit. Yeah, so put yourselves where you guys are, basically.
Where was the spear?
Right where Gregory's standing is around those bodies, is where all the spear and shit is. So Ilsevere, you'd probably be there. Okay, cool. So as that's happening, from the sand itself, not from out of the cave, but from burrowed in the sand, you see this massive tail come up. And being that no one of you picked up on that, there's going to be a surprise round from that tail against Gregory. Stinger with advantage because he's stealth. You take 6 points of piercing damage, Gregory. As you're rummaging through this loot, you don't notice this large stinger come out of the sand, just dig right down into your back. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. As this giant, heavily armored scorpion makes its way out of the ground in front of the cave. The snakes that you cast disappeared right down into the cave, and you have no idea where they are, but they're still around. So feel free to drag those onto the map as well.
And may I use a reaction?
No, that was a surprise round for the scorpion. You don't get reactions on surprise rounds. Unfortunate.
Look at that. That second con save was for the snakes, and they actually just stayed.
Oh, look at that. Barely. Okay, so you succeed. I believe that is still half poison damage. Half as much on a success. So you take, we round up 7 points of poison damage, Gregory, from the stinger, and 6 points of piercing. Go ahead and click your mini and roll initiative, please.
And one more for the snakes from the poison damage. And bye-bye snakes.
Oh no. 24 for the scorpion too. Let's go, baby. I'm so happy.
No longer Ilsevere. I am now Croudro Oscobeth.
I saw that. You got a really weird name in the order again. I don't know why Roll20 does that. This almost up there with Spontaneous Hurricane. Almost. It's so close. We were so close to a Spontaneous Sandstorm. I'm so happy.
Here I am.
Okay. So first,
ironically, by the scorpions.
Gregory, as you feel something sharp just dig into your back and this poison kind of course through your body, you are surprised as a massive claw also reaches up out of the sand, no longer with advantage, but is going to make a melee attack against you, Gregory. For a 9, that is not going to hit. What?
Can I use a reaction?
Do you get a reaction?
I Sentinel.
Yeah, go for it.
Neat. I'm gonna whack him.
You're going to thwack him. Go ahead.
Yes. With my staff.
I need combat tunes. Hold up. Combat tunes. Let's go. Got it.
Can I use my staff as like my martial weapon to do things like stunning strike and shit? Or is that only the other?
I believe, yeah, you can stunning strike on any
Neat.
attack.
Ah. What I roll?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just roll unarmed strikes then, because it's the same roll.
Same bonus either way. Okay, go for it.
Yep.
What's up, Creep Show? Welcome in. Yeah, my stream deck is busted. Hey, Marty, you too? What's up?
Marty.
Dude, there's one for you.
Does 24 hit?
Marty. Yeah, 24 is gonna hit the giant scorpion. Let's do one for Trost.
Heavily armored.
It is quite heavily armored as this gargantuan creature, and does have an AC 19.
5, and I would like to do a stunning strike.
Okay, so Constitution save from the giant scorpion. Got it. 11. Not great. Not great.
It's a DC 18, so yeah. So he's stunned.
He's stunned, so he can't finish the rest of his turn. At the end of, is it his next turn he gets to save against it? Refresh my memory on stunning strike. This is the first time we've used it on stream.
Let me refresh
Anytime, Creep Show, don't worry about it. I just did you get 2? You get a freebie. Everyone gets 2.
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay, that is fine. So after
I have to try and stun it again.
On the next turn. Cool. That, I guess, is going to be it for its turn. Mantuka, you're up. You watch as just like one massive claw and a stinger both make their way towards Gregory, and then Stanislav just like 2 hands from the base of his staff, or Elsevier from the base of his staff, is just like bonk right on top of the thing. And it just kind of kind of rigid. The tail just goes like straight up.
I'm gonna start walking forward, belittling Gregory for his horrible life choices.
Yeah, of course, as you do.
40 feet.
Yep.
I'm going to polish off the old fucking Cyclops Jazz Tiara. I'm gonna send fucking 3 balls of
3 fucking scorching ray. Oh no. Go ahead and roll your attack.
I love the imagery of a minotaur with a tiara.
I do too. It makes me very
16
happy.
Maybe? Probably not in that one. Did anything?
You have advantage against it because it's stunned. So first one is none hit so far.
18?
Nope, still not. It needs a 19 to hit.
I'll keep rolling. God,
you got one.
Damn it.
You got one more. We find big old scorpion. You suck. Tell me how it feels to suck.
Area's broken.
One more roll.
One more roll?
It's 3. Isn't it 3 scorching rays?
I don't know. I'm
but
gonna
they're all
roll
at
until you
advantage.
want me to stop.
He did 6.
I
You rolled
thought
9 and 16.
Chris wanted me to roll. I'll roll DM.
No, he's not the DM. I tell you to roll, not him. Damn. I'm
Shutting up.
Don't give a shit, dude. It's fine.
And with that, that's gonna be my.
Oh, so good. All I had to do was dangle like $2,000 worth of loot in your guys' faces. You're like, we're gonna walk up to this spooky cave. I'm so happy. You get advantage from Boofa-Guy.
Boofing!
On your next turn, Mantuka.
Sweet, so that's gonna be my lame ass turn.
Okay, for once, the circlet of Scorching Ray is not doing you any bonuses. Ilsevere, your first time with combat on your character. What are you doing?
Alright, so with a sense of pleasure having stunned this thingy immediately, I am going to
creep. That's so mean. Thank you. I appreciate you. Lysia, can I have
I'm
some
gonna- Okay, so looking here, most of my shit's unarmed strike, so I'm gonna toss the staff on my back and just start going to town on this thing.
Yeah, whatever you want. Staff will still do more base damage than an unarmed strike will, but...
Monk shit. 1d8 plus 4 for both.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the first two.
Hashtag monk shit.
21 will hit. 18 will not.
Pretty stunned. 21 and 27.
Okay, so yeah, those would actually do both hit.
Sweet.
Mhm.
I will stunning strike on the... It doesn't matter. Just to
Hit.
restun him.
Okay. Another constitution save at disadvantage because Creepshow is mean to me. To a 19. I think that still
yeah,
saves,
saves.
so he is no longer stunned. Beautiful.
And then bonus action, flurry of blows.
Bonus action flurry of blows. Okay, so he takes 10 bludgeoning damage and 9. Okay.
I'm also going to... This is a little unexpected. For both of those hits, I'm going to expend key point each to deal a d8 plus 5 necrotic for each of them.
Sure, yeah, I don't see why not. Can you stunning strike and use a key point on the same thing? Can you use 2 key points on the same attack? That's my only question. I have
Blow
not
your
learned.
key point load.
That's my only
I've
question.
never heard of a key point limit on anything.
Huh?
I
Pant of harm.
don't know. Yeah.
Fair enough. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, fuck it. So he
Up to you.
takes an additional 13. It seems a little
Hashtag
redonkulous, but until I
fuck me.
actually take the time
Take
to
one
roll.
of them off.
No, it's fine. Until I take the time and actually figure out the ruling, I'm just gonna say it's all good. I do not give a shit. Someone just got some extra XP.
Well, once the key point's gone, it's like
Yeah, you want to burn all your key points in the first encounter? Go ahead. Though you have like 13, so I don't think it's gonna be a fucking issue, to be honest. You get 1 key point per level as a monk. It's fucking janky, dude. I love them, but they're so jacked.
And then here's the flurry of blows.
Was that? Oh, that was just your first round, but Jesus Christ. Monk shit! I want to be a pest from time to time. I appreciate it. Natural 20. Let's go.
And dirty 20.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damages.
So the crit is 8 plus 4, or 8 plus this roll.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oof.
13.
Oof.
I hit frequently, not hard.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then, where is it here?
that's what you said.
Have a good one,
I'm
Boofa.
going-
Thank you.
I'm going to, instead of hitting him the second time, actually, I'm going to touch Gregory and heal him for 1d8 plus 5. And because it's part of Flurry of Blows, I can do it for free. 11.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So Gregory heal
Thank
for
you.
11 hit points as you watch
Bang, bang, bang.
Elsevier just like bing, and just like flicks a few points of healings into you. Gotta love the way of Mercy Monk.
And he's no longer stunned, which
Nope,
is very unfortunate.
he is
so
not.
I'm going to scootin' around to his butt.
You're scooting around to his butt.
And at the entrance of the cave there.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Next up, we have Gregory. What are you doing, little buddy? You watch as Elsevier just absolutely tees off on this creature after Mantuka shoots a failed 3 scorching rays at it. What do you want to do?
All right, Greg, kind of trying to brush off the weird feeling sensation in his back. That's gonna require a bath later. Oh, God.
And I'm gonna pull out the bone mask, which is still kind of like half regenerating. It's not doing so great. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to just pick up the help. I take 2 pieces between my hands and crack them, and it just explodes into shards all around me.
Mhm.
And I'd like to cast Conjure Animals at level 7.
Not surprised. That is your go-to. Stanley will get, or Elsevier will get to you after Gregory's turn.
I summon 24 giant badgers.
You're a fucking... You're a dick.
Yeah.
You're
To
a dick.
surround me and then
All
burrow
summoning
20
spells
feet down.
Banned from my next campaign. Let's go. I don't have enough fucking minis for that.
Oh God, just use one. Just please use one. They'll move as a unit. It's
Badger.
Earthquake. They are 24 separate pieces of
Do you
the
think there's
same mind.
I think there's like a swarm of badgers, maybe.
Never mind me, DM. It's too much to go back.
I fucking hate this.
I'm so sorry.
How do you have so many badgers?
I know, it's a hilarious spell at high
Poisonous
levels.
snake, we got rats. You know what? You're getting a swarm of rats to represent your badgers,
Yes!
and they're gonna fill this entire space. So they have the same size, like fucking 3 squares by 3 squares. Like that's their whole attack space now. Enjoy it. Fucking badger.
It kind of looks like a rat king. They're all like swarming on top of each other. It's just like.
There you go. That's it. What do you want to do with your badgers? Just attack the scorpion.
Oh, so they have a burrow speed of 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd be going down 10 feet, and they have dark vision. So hopefully they're able to make some attacks because giant badgers have multi-attack. So that's 24 and 24. I'm just gonna do this.
You're gonna cast. Oh my god! What is?
Go.
What are we looking at, Ryan?
That's 24
What are the
d20.
numbers
That's 24. That's all the attacks. Anything below a 19 doesn't hit. So you got 2 hits.
Oh, thank you.
You got
That
two.
makes it much
You got
easier.
2 hits. That's it. That entire fucking.
What?
The fuck is this bingo?
It's plus 3.
We're playing
16,
bingo.
17, 18. No, so I need a 16. And
No, you still
Yep.
only got 2.
yep. And
24 attacks.
so that's
Just like bong,
Two.
bong, 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 bong.
yeah, that's of the bites. Now remember, this is multi-attack. So that's
Fuck you, Gregory.
4 damage. And
You're such a fucking asshole.
3 damage. And then we're gonna go back here and we're doing this again. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Fucking crit badger bite!
5,
2.
6 regulars. Okay. So we got 6 irregulars.
And 2 crits.
Badger's biting your butthole!
Dude, what the fuck did I ever do to you? Like, I thought we were
5,000
friends.
This is the only thing I have that can do things
fuck?
underground. I'm so sorry, Rusty.
He's not underground. He's above ground now, you son of a
He's
bitch.
not sorry at all!
And that. And then we're gonna add the maximum damage to this.
I fucking hate you so much.
9
Oh,
and 9,
God.
so 9 plus
They're
7.
just biting the scorpion's
16.
page right now and enraging it.
Okay. So total damage
16,
with the
Don't
crit.
16 and oh my god, 17, 16 and 17. So
This is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
16 damage, 17 damage, 3 damage, 5, 4, 7, 6, 6, 3, 4.
I'm sitting here like typing like a person in a fucking movie, like cranking the knob. Like,
Bing extravagance out,
yeah, I
children.
don't- the fuck? Any more that you'd like to add on to that while you're fucking
That's
here?
everything, and I am so sorry to everyone involved with this.
So you all, as
on the Badgers.
you're watching this fight go just beginning, Mantuki, like you're just completely taken in by the ridiculousness of this. As you then watch, Gregory summons a small army of 24 very vicious, bloodthirsty badgers that just start swarming over the scorpion, biting and clawing at him, or it as best as they can. Fuck, I don't even have words. Like, it just watches the scorpion is just buried under a swarm of badgers. It's still alive under there. You see the claws sticking out and the tail kind of swinging about dangerously as it does so. But yeah, no, it's not fucking happy about that. That gonna be your turn, asshole?
I kind of picture them jumping around like the killer bunny of Kerbenoch.
Of Catabanok. Yes, yes. Oh my lord. Okay, well the fucking scorpion's up now. Shit.
That might have been one of my favorite turns in
I
D&D.
hated everything about that, but damn, that was so good. Oh my god. He's not, the Scorpion's not happy. You're the only thing in front of him. There's fucking badgers everywhere, so he's gonna take a tail attack at one of your badgers. Just for starters. Fuck.
Look, gasp! No!
Sting!
As you should.
Natural 20. Should have used that on you. I'm guessing your badger is dead.
Oh yeah, 13 health, 10 AC.
It takes 34 poison damage before we do the crit
But there's
math.
24 of them.
Yeah, but that's just one. Unfortunately, I should have used that on Gregory. You'll watch as one single badger is just impaled on this tail and raised into the air and then poofs away. You have one less badger. That's only 23 attacks now. Dick. 24 hits.
Yep. And stunning strike.
Yeah, go ahead.
He takes 8 bludgeoning.
He succeeds.
Ooh, wow. Nice roll.
Substantially succeeds. His next turn, Gregory, he's going to take both claws attack against you at front of him. First one, natural 20.
Stop that.
You guys are doing great. Don't worry, I'll get up there.
So the base is 16, plus what I rolled.
The Scorpion I used to fight
I don't
this
know.
child.
Yep. Oh my god. Okay. So 11 plus 16, 27 points altogether plus 2. So 29 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled by the claw as it just reaches and grips around your torso, squeezing your organs together. The other claw is also going to do the same and come around and grab your top half. With advantage, because you're now grappled. And badgers poof out of existence. You all watch as the badgers just begin popping away one by one. Next attack, 24 to hit you. It is with advantage. I'm gonna hunt that nat 20. Damn, didn't get it. 24. You take, we're gonna go with the first damage, 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled by both claws. And you get the feeling as you're just being held there in both claws, and you're looking around at the bodies that have been ripped asunder and torn in half. You have a pretty good idea what might be about to happen. However, that is going to be it for its...
And no paladin
actually,
savior.
those are dead. Those are gone. And it has you in its grips, and it is just going to walk its movement, which is 40 feet
No, it's not.
towards
I
the center.
sentineled his ass.
Oh, you did. Yep, yeah, you did. Never mind. It will not weep. Okay, Gregory, you're just getting, you're now held just in between both claws, being kind of lifted off the ground. You are completely and utterly grappled right now. Mantuga, you're up.
I'm gonna run forward my 40 feet of movement. As I'm running forward, I'm gonna grab my javelins from my back. Nobody hurts baby Gregory but me! And fucking yeet him. Whoa!
You're gonna yeet them. Okay, go ahead. Roll 2 attacks.
And I'm gonna bonus action rage beforehand because I'm gonna get hit definitely by next round. So yeah,
You might.
a lot going on. Where's my yeeting tools? Javelin.
Yeetus, deletus.
Nothing good came from a full bladder. Today we fight from Rusty Renegade to Mantuka. So you have an inspiration to use, basically one free reroll to use at your will.
Sweet. So I'll use that there. So the first one
first
hit,
one
so
hit.
the 11 one
Okay.
didn't hit.
So 20 hits. Go ahead and roll the second javelin.
Oh shit! Sorry, roll damage.
Yeah, go ahead.
7.
Plus
So
the-
10 fucking rage javelin
Okay.
damage.
You step forward and throw the javelin and thunk into the side of it and just kind of pierces through the chitinous armor of this creature, kind of just awkwardly sticking out at the side. Second attack.
That's mine.
This is my Gregory!
Oh god damn it.
That is not going to do it.
Reckless?
Yeah, you could call reckless after you miss.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
it still didn't work.
No,
I'm
it
still
did not
learning how to
Yeah,
throw things.
it's like you grabbed both javelins at the same time because you wanted to look real fucking cool while you did it. You tried to hug both, and you got a good throw on the right one, but you're just not used to left-hand throwing yet, and it kind of awkwardly just goes off in the other direction and skitters off one of the sides of its armor.
Left arm. No more lonely stranger for you.
Mantuka, is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Ilsevere, you're up.
My name is Croudro.
I hate that. I don't know why Roll20 does that. Ilsevere, you're up.
Well, this is not looking great for my little compatriot. So I'm going to continue to punch this thing in the ace.
Punch an ace!
Punch an ace. It is
Also-
technically flanked.
You are also, technically, you guys should all be at disadvantage for all of this because you are in the middle of the blowing winds and sand and everything.
Oh.
So keep that in mind going forward. You are flanking with Gregory, though, so that
so it
is
cancels
negated.
that out then.
Yep, just keep that in mind. Everything is going to be at disadvantage going forward. I should be staying on top of that
22.
better. That's my bad. 22. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Go ahead and punch some ace.
Shit. Stunning strike.
Stunning strike, of course. Monk shit. Constitution 22. He's got really good con. He's a colossal ancient scorpion. This thing is massive. You're just not able to get those stuns. You've never fought one of these. You're not really sure what the pressure points are to hit, to stun it properly. 20's gonna hit. Go ahead and roll.
Stunning strike.
Stunning strike. 21. It saves again.
Fuck!
Takes 10 points of bludgeoning damage. As you're just punching this creature in the ass, trying to find like the nooks and crannies to just stun this creature with one of your hits, you just find you're completely incapable of doing so.
Bonus action, not flurry of blows.
Just offhand punch. Ass punch. Bonus action ass punch. Go ahead. 12's not going to hit. You just punch and you feel like the rattle go through your hand bone as you strike a particularly hard piece of chitin, and you just... and you kind of have to re-steel your grip a little bit. Unfortunately, not going to do it. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
That is all I can do on my turn.
Okay, the creature at this point is flailing its tail around wildly. Definitely looks like it's coming for you. Gregory, you are currently grappled. What do you want to do? You can try to escape, or you can do your shit, but you are currently immobilized. You cannot move. You can cast and attack and use your hands and shit, but you can have zero movement speed.
Oh, I think if we all know Gregory at all, we know that Gregory is going to do shit. The shit particular Gregory would like to pull off is opening the box, and from the box is going to emerge a very angry grandpa.
Oh no.
Who is going to scream, "I hate old things too!"
As it emerges from the box, and I cast Fireball at 6th level at my feet.
Okay. A massive gout of flame just erupts around this scorpion, and you guys, I'm guessing spell sculpting here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not having fought with you before, Ilsevere instinctively like flinches, and then it's like...
Yeah, you see fire twirling around you, and just in your space. It's like you are completely protected. You do feel the heat. Draws like a little bead of sweat down your head, but you are not currently being burned alive. There you go, Mantuka. Mantuka, too, would also be in it. So, Mantuka, you
singeing.
Feel the fear of losing more body hair.
My hair every session.
Man, every time he grows back, his body hair gets it fucking ice or burned off every time. Okay, so dex save was 29. Go ahead and roll the damage, and he's going to take half because he succeeded.
Boom, 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 boom. Not bad, not bad.
16 because we round up. So after half damage, the creature, as this explosion happens, does what it can to move out of the way, but the close proximity of it makes it hard to do so. And as the fireball fades, you all look as there's just steams of smoke kind of coming off some of the armor parts of this creature. You have like the smell of burnt shell kind of gives off a bit of a nutty scent, like burning peanut butter. It's weirdly unpleasant, and it just fills your nostrils. I only know that because I barbecued a lobster, and that's what the fucking shell smelled like when it burned. So just going off that knowledge. Yeah. Works. Yeah, there you go. A little realism sprinkled.
We're not shitting ourselves.
Nope. Gregory, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's me. I was hoping it would let go as I like close the box. I'm looking at it. I'm like, fuck.
You are still just held in both of its claws, and it is going to first against you, Ilsevere, take a sting attack. This is a 10, not going to hit you, unfortunately. Little big Sag. Little big Sag. No, Sentinel only works when he attacks your buddies, not yourself, unfortunately. He is going to make another 2 rounds of attacks against Gregory. So those you are free to Sentinel if you so wish. Gregory, first one hits. It is at advantage. So it's going to hit 9 points of bludgeoning damage to you. 14's not going to do it. Ilsevere, unfortunately. And then... Okay, 20. So you take a grand total of 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you now feel as this creature is squeezing you and trying to pull your body apart at the center, just trying to rip you into 2 pieces. And you get the sense he could very well be successful if you're not careful. Next up, it is going to move because you missed your sentinel strike. So with Gregory still in its grip, it's going to move its 40 feet over to here with Gregory. Is going to turn and face you guys, so you're not attacking its ass end, however. Gregory, you're just hopelessly flailing around in the shell. The burning smell still just lingering as smoke is just kind of rising off the singed parts of the scorpion. That'll be it for its turn. Mantuka, you're up.
I'm gonna yell, no non-consensual taxi rides, and then I'm gonna run up here, and I'm going to attack with my amazing halberd attack. So we'll just take it's automatically gonna roll 2 dice. So we'll just take the first one will be my roll because it's an elevate. Nullify.
Okay. Yep. Are you, and
you know
you're
what I'm trying to say?
Yep. Yeah, as you're kind of running forward, trying to protect your eyes from the sand, attacking as best you can. 27 will hit on the first strike.
+3, so 15 points of emotional wacky damage.
You run forward with your halberd and drive it forward, just narrowly avoiding Gregory, kind of going for this creature's face and stab it into one of the eyes. The eye just pops as you do so, and you pull it out and can prepare for your next strike. Go ahead.
The
creature
action,
backhand. Got it. Yeah, the creature is starting to look pretty rough. You guys did a substantial amount of shit to it right off the bat and is not looking good. Is very unhappy.
16's no bueno.
Mm-mm.
And then reset for second attack.
Second attack. Pretty sure you have 3 now too at this level, like, right?
No, still 2.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. 27 is gonna hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
18 wacky slashy damage. Little arm man.
Okay, so you stab once and bring the back end of your halberd around to try and catch it again. You miss, but you use that momentum to bring it around in another swing and drive it right down into the top, kind of around its back. Pull it out as a kind of greenish ichor-like blood is just kind of affixed to the end of your halberd. You flick it off into the sand. That gonna be your turn?
And then emotionally blow Gregory a kiss, and hopefully it is better.
Okay, there you go. Kiss has been blown. Ilsevere, you're up. You're watching as Mantuka is just trying to struggle with this creature. Gregory is still just flailing about in its grasp as he's doing so, kind of getting ragdolled around. Every time a blow against the creature lands, it kind of recoils and just screeches to itself. What are you doing?
Well, I'm not too happy that it got away from me, so I can't quite get that far. Okay. Yeah, how fast my movement? 50 feet?
You also can't move through its space.
No, I know. Okay, I am going to pull back into the... Can I go into the cave to get away from the blowing?
Yeah, you can.
Get a better beat on this thing?
You're still trying to see it through blowing sand and wind and everything, so it is obscured from you based on where it was. With the sand not in your eyes, if you were fighting something in the cave, you would be okay. That would be a way to get shelter, but trying to attack through it is still at disadvantage.
Gotcha.
You have Trogan to thank for that with his weather check.
I mean, I can get up to its front and punch it anyways, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to run up here.
All right. Go ahead and attack disadvantage.
Yeah. Gregory's still grappled, right?
Oh, yeah. Just flailing about.
Can I get him out instead?
You can technically try to free him as an action. It would be a contested
it would be
check.
Athletics, right?
Yep, be contested athletics.
Never mind.
Or it could be...
Oh.
For him, it's a strength saving throw. For you, it would be an athletics check, technically. Is your act. Okay, you go punch. Go ahead and punch. You're just trying to punch your way through the sand at this point, trying to get whatever strikes you can. Unfortunately, not able to so far. Right? Just clacking your knuckles off of this creature's armor, not able to get through.
Flurry o' blows.
Flurry o' blows.
Freaky.
Those were both at disadvantage too, so that's technically just your first attack. 20 hits. 20? You don't get that nat 20, unfortunately, but the 20 hits.
Fine. Stunning strike. Hold the flurry of blows then.
If you want a flurry of blows, you can now, but yes, stunning strike 20.
Fuck.
He has a +5. He has to roll pretty low to fail your
DC's
save.
DC's 18, so there's still a higher chance of him failing than
Damn.
succeeding.
Yeah, I'm just rolling real good on these saves, dude.
Yeah,
Holy
no,
shit.
you are. That's why I'm
Holy
reacting.
shit.
Fuck. Let's. I get you extra rest. Yeah, flurry blows.
You do get them back in a short rest. That is the key. And you guys probably definitely have time for a rest before the big fight. Unfortunately, does not. That one does.
25.
So go ahead and roll for the 20 that hit and the 29 or the 25, I guess.
Right, and stunning strike once more.
Yeah, you stunning strike, but never rolled damage on the first one. So 10. He's stunned. Finally.
Yeah, does Gregory just fall out of the claws, or is he still grappled? I
I
don't know what the ruling is on stunned. mean,
I will
surely
say
he can
he's
just
still held, but I will say it'll be a lot easier for you to get out as this creature just like you stun it and it just seizes up. So it's not actively trying to hold you, but you're still contained within its claws. Getting out will be substantially easier for him now.
And then I will also, on that last one, use Hand of Harm, because I can do that without spending a key point because it's on a flurry of blows. So he's going to take an extra 1d8.
Cool.
Plus 5 necrotic.
Hell yeah.
And unless he's immune, he is poisoned.
He is immune to poison. He's a giant scorpion, unfortunately.
So I try and nothing happens.
Yeah. So as you just unleash the flurry of blows, you feel some of your hits actually getting through. The creature's recoiling a bit, and then as your punch lands with the stunning strike, you see the creature just seize up. Gregory no longer necessarily being held, more just aloft in the claws that have just seized shut a little bit.
I just yelled at Gregory, "Crawl out! It's stunned."
There you go. That will be.
And, yeah, that'll do.
That's it for your turn, Gregory. Up. The creature is just locked in. You see its eyes kind of rolling, and it's tense. What do you want to do?
I hear Elsevier scream that, and actually I just go,
What are you
No.
fucking planning?
grab both the claws, sides of the claw, and I just kind of like hip bump the box open, and from the box you hear on the electric guitar as the giant head of a clown pops out playing a very shitty looking electric guitar, and it goes and a lightning bolt flies at the goddamn scorpion.
Okay, go ahead and.
I want it dead.
Is that a dex save or a roll from you?
Yeah, dex save
Dex
16.
Just makes it. Just makes it with a 16.
You automatically fail dex saves.
Because he's stunned. That's true. Yeah, so he fails. Automatic hit. 35 lightning damage right off the bat. Gregory, go ahead and describe to me how it looks as this lightning bolt finishes off this massive scorpion in the desert.
The lightning bolt originally kind of like passes through them very cursorily, but then the tiny floating hands of the clown sort of holds the note and then kind of goes boop, and the lightning bolt curves up and strikes him down right from the top and just erupts in electricity and force. Kind of blows us back just a little bit.
Yeah, the scorpion just flails flat about on the ground just as the electricity is coursing through it. Each of the limbs are just flailing about in their own way. The tail is wickedly just whacking around onto the sand until the electricity...
I'm still holding on to the claws around my waist, but it's detached from the scorpion.
Yeah.
And it just...
You just put him down in the sand. As you just the scorpion just collapses, and you see just trails of smoke rising up from all of the joints in this scorpion's body as it has been thoroughly cooked by this lightning bolt. And you guys can now safely go around looking for loot if you would like. As you dispose of that giant threat. I love how I just had to dangle loot in you guys' space and you just walked right into a scorpion den just because it could.
I'm gonna, before I
You
start
knew it was
looting, I'm
gonna
gonna
happen.
put my ear to the ground and listen to see if there's anything else down in there.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Fucking snakes!
As the clown descends slowly into the box, it goes...
Fades, the box closes shut. With a 12 perception, you kind of like put your ear and you don't hear anything. Kind of like, okay, and you go over to the cave just to double check around there too, and you do see in the back of the cave several little clusters. What look like to be eggs of some kind.
Hey boy. Gregory.
Omelets!
We might need one more of those large balls of fire into the back of the cave, as I point out the numerous eggs.
Not so much eggs. Eggs isn't the right word. Scorpions don't actually lay eggs.
Egg sacs.
Not even.
Like
it's like they give birth to them and usually carry the young around on their back, technically speaking. But it's more like little nests that have just been made into the side of the cave from bits of debris. And you see little scorpions crawling from nest to nest from time to time in the shelter there.
Do they pay me any mind as I'm at the entrance of the cave?
A couple kind of crawl towards you, but they're very small at this point, barely enough to even be a trouble to you. For the most part, they seem pretty concerned with what they have in there. As you kind of approach, you smell rotting meat, carcass. It looks like they've probably been eating their fill. Thanks for the alert, Creep. I appreciate you.
Never mind. I think they'll be fine.
Till they grow.
We won't be here.
Love that. So collectively, you guys roll me investigation checks as you look around for all the loot. You kind of have to dig through some of the sand to find some of the stuff. Gregory, you did find the potion of healing and the shield and spear. Those are both magical in nature. Did you hear about the new ginger beard? It's supposed to be real ginger. Okay. Within a 21, okay, you managed to find basically everything. So you have to look around for a little while, and you do kind of figure out that, like, a couple of these groups were kind of clustered together in a way that makes you think maybe they were fighting together. The body's freshness or amount of decay, I guess, more accurately, definitely suggests these people died around the same time. So you kind of get the sense that this was like something that adventurers were actively trying to kill for something or for some reason or another and had been failing to do so, and you just kind of stumbled into its den. So you find the shield and spear, which are both magical in nature. I will say, just for the sake of brevity, it is a mundane enchantment in the sense it's nothing beyond a simple enhancement. It is a +2 to the spear and to the shield. So they're both +2. You also find 4 more healing potions. 2 potions of what you gather either greater, maybe even supreme healing. I will say it's supreme. You find a potion of flying. And you find a potion of poison resist, which would have been useful for the scorpion fight. But on top of that, on one of the individuals who's not wearing any armor, there's just kind of like what looks like robes now that have kind of been weathered in the sand. The bright colors have faded. You see just laying in the sand next to him, after you kind of shuffle it out a bit, a small stone, about yay big. You're not sure what it is, but it definitely gives you a sense of something very magical. And on his same hand, you find a very, very ornate ring. Simple, but very well made, very well crafted. That also gives you some kind of magical idea. It's not enchantments you're familiar with, so this will take a little more research to find out what those might be. But feel free to add those to your sheets.
Chris has a hunch as to what the stone is, but no way verifying it in game.
The sphere is like a deep, deep red. Very deep red. Anyway. And then you got the ring, got all the potions, and that'll be about it. You also find collectively between all these people about 358 gold pieces. They were fairly successful high-level adventurers, definitely had money at their hands. About 113 silver and 53 copper. It's not a theme. You're just going for the ginger jokes. I see it. I see you, Ray. Make
What
fun
about
of my
this
gingerness.
scorpion? Can I cut off or remove its tail and get some of its venom?
If you want to harvest some scorpion venom, that is doable. That'll be survival or nature check. You trust.
It do. I mean, survival's +10.
Go with that then.
Yeah, I will. 21.
Okay. You get 3 vials of scorpion venom. Well, it's 3 vials of ancient scorpion venom, which will do 3d12, or half as much on a failed save. You get 3 vials, which is enough to coat each weapon, or a weapon enough for 3 strikes. You get 3 charges per coating. Doing it so gingerly. Fuck off, Ray. God damn it.
Can I put it on my fists and not die?
Until you get open wounds on your fists, yeah.
Okay,
Then you're gonna run into some problems.
They count as magical. They can't be damaged.
Yeah, that's not what that means. That's not what that means. Jesus, right? So, you guys claim all your loot for the day. The body of the scorpion just left. You can, I would say, if you want to, get as much meat as you can carry or want from it. Not sure how good scorpion meat is, but sure, it's edible. Just like big ass lobster, right? I'm just guessing it's like land lobster. That's just what I'm going with in my head for this.
I know they eat scorpions in some places. I've heard of it.
Yeah, perfectly reasonable. You guys,
Scorpion jerky.
realizing you perhaps have been delayed a little bit by this fight, but not too much to really cause any issues. Continue on your way, and as you make your way through the Ember Steppe, I would like one more survival check from whoever is leading the party, please.
Slightly.
You're kind of in that part of the Ember Steppe that is just sand dune after sand dune after sand dune. Every time you come over another one, you're like, we must be getting close. You think you'll see Lysia on the other side. Oh, nope.
No, we still have a way to go. Be patient.
Just more sand dunes. And over, I will say, just for the sake of brevity and leading things into the next session where we're going to have things popping off, so we can get to that. For the sake of brevity, I'll count that for the rest of the 2 days travel. And you guys begin to arrive on the cliffs towards Lysia. You come over the last sand dune, and there you see in the center of the Ember Steppe this massive oasis city built right into the only source of fresh water that flows freely here in the Ember Steppe. It is a massive lake in the middle of a desert with an oasis just growing around it, around which the walls of this city have been placed entirely. It is completely encapsulated by the city walls. And you guys kind of make your way westward along, kind of skirting through the sand dunes to avoid any kind of detection. Still quite a ways off from the city, and eventually find your way to the caves on the side. You guys begin walking your way up, and as you kind of get up, about halfway up the cliffside, you round a corner and find a pair of spears pointed directly at you by two men wearing very familiar armor. Halt!
What kind of armor are they wearing? What do we see?
Looks like the same armor that you just bought to supply.
Put your spears away, it's me!
Supply your resistance. Who goes there?
You fucking know who I am!
These are not men you trade.
Mantuka, Ilsevere, and Gregory.
You're gonna
Let us
fucking
pass, please.
They're gonna fucking know.
So this isn't my fucking rear party set up there?
No, I mean you have 200 men all gathered here. These are just two random guards. Your guys are there. They're further up.
My motherfuckers know me.
Oh yeah.
They've heard the tales.
Oh, they know you. These ones just don't happen to. So you say your names, you introduce yourself, they like, kind of look to each other. Stick the spears back in the ground.
Time, bitch!
you may enter.
Relax, it's all right.
We were told to stand guard.
These hands.
No, you're doing a fantastic job. Thank you.
I know, thank you.
Good, I thought so. I thought we did. I thought we were doing fine, but apparently not.
He's talking to me. Jesus.
No, I was talking
Read the
to
room.
guards.
You guys kind of make your way up this cliffside. It has kind of a winding switchback that leads its way. You see different caves kind of spotted throughout it where groups of men now have gathered. You see clusters of 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 men in some of the bigger caves all gathering together, quietly discussing amongst themselves, gathered around, sharing food and drink. Light drink. No one's getting drunk. They're just like all passing around some food and like a single glass of ale to prepare for the next day. And spirits seem pretty good overall as you come up over the last rise and see where a makeshift kind of, not war camp, there's no tents, but as you enter this fairly large cave, it looks like a war camp kind of has been set up. There's a large table with some maps and plans that have drawn out on it, kind of diagrams of where forces are, those little kind of indicators you see, very plain, just like wooden blocks that they're using to designate which armies are where, which forces are going where. As you look up, you see that Lynax and Furrow have both arrived already as well, safely. Welcome. I hope you didn't run into any trouble.
None at all.
I don't know if you would call it trouble, but we did have a small encounter.
Fuck scorpions.
Us too. It wasn't scorpions, but we made it. We made it.
You're all okay, right?
Yes, we encountered a small scouting party from the Imperium, and we dealt with it swiftly.
Glad to hear it.
Right.
We did encounter a scorpion of rather colossal magnitude that I have not seen before, and were able to dispatch it quite easily.
We've heard a little bit about that. We haven't had a chance to send men to investigate. Cowboy Trucker coming in with a raid of 4. Let's go, buddy. I appreciate you. How you been? Good to see you on Twitch.
Shoot.
Everyone go show some love to the Cowboy Trucker. You've been doing the trucking streams. Long distance driving streams. Very good time. I assume that's what you're back to. How was the stream? Hope you had a good one. Thank you for swinging in for D&D night, everybody. I am Rusty Tonics. These are my friends. We're playing some D&D. We're just making plans to besiege a city. Wow, so polite, Chris. Always so nice to the friends. I hope you had a good stream, though. I appreciate you. As you kind of stand there, your team just going over their plans for the day. I've been good, man. I've just been chilling. We got our D&D night going. It's been a good time. You kind of stand there discussing your plans with everybody and realize that there are still some forces kind of trickling in. And as you kind of look up towards the mouth of the cave, Gregory, you see a very familiar face, Borlian, the leader of the lycanthropes from Eldris. I remembered his name this time. The name this time. Yeah, dude, I've been doing good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it took a second. This burly, hairy man, just towering tall. You know for a fact he does turn into a bear. Like he is a werebear. Like that is straight up his thing. But literally the only real difference is the change in face. The man is just hairy from top to bottom. He's a big hairy boy.
Roughly the size of a bear too.
Yeah, quite literally, like very much so. He walks in, he sees you, Gregory. He just opens his arms. Very, very bear huggy. Doesn't even say anything.
I jump right up and just like, I'm so glad you're okay. I got worried. I get worried about everybody. I know you're fine. I mean, you can turn into a goddamn bear. Oh, this is so good. I feel a lot safer now that you're here.
Breathe, Gregory.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, we made it. It was, bit of a long trip.
Yeah, holy jumpins'. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. This is, I mean, you know how important it is. That's why you came.
I brought a few of the others as well, and we hope we're able to help.
We're grateful you made the trip.
Yeah.
Happy to.
They got Stan.
We're still a little bitter. About last time I had a run-in with the Imperium, so chance to settle the score might not be so bad.
Mm-hmm. And trust me, you're gonna get the chance.
Counting on it.
We're taking Lysia. This is it's time. It's now.
You mentioned that in your letter. What's the plans? Fill me in. Where do you need me? Where do you need my people?
We're doing a pincher attack. We're both sides. One's gonna go from the west in the Druhilla. They have a special secret tunnel, and then we're gonna make our own from the east.
Where's the vanguard? Put me where the fighting will be heaviest. You won't regret it.
That's probably gonna be, I would say, in the west, wouldn't it be? Severe.
We're going to stagger the attack so that we have one side, the west side, attack first, and draw them into a false sense of security as they start to retreat, then bring in the second wave from the east side. And I will be demolishing the north and south bridges so that they cannot escape that way.
So you need someone to hold the west side.
Yeah, that'll be the longest fight for sure.
And I shall hold your line as best I can.
That's incredible.
Very good.
The others,
so
they're
safer.
not necessarily as hardy as I am. You understand, we're a varied bunch. If you need someone with a little bit of dexterity, spare pair of hands perhaps, I believe some of the werewolves can help with that. And they're very good at climbing.
That might come in handy with us on the other side, hey, Elsevier? Mantuka?
I would think that's a good idea as well.
Good.
I want someone that can, sneak in, if at any point we need to break somebody out of a jail cell, either it's Stan or Mantuka or both, or God. Yes, okay, good.
I don't believe we'll be needing to break Stanislav out, as the attack will be happening right as he's in the arena.
Right.
Well,
Mantuka, don't get kidnapped, please.
We'll find
Actually,
out.
Lynax kind of looks at you.
No.
Right.
Tuka, have you figured out how you're getting inside?
I have a plan-ish.
Yeah, you wait and hope that you hear back from your messenger before the events of the evening kind of kick off.
No, like legit. If I don't hear from it, I'm gonna just walk in, praying that it got there, and they're waiting for me to come.
Okay.
And if that fails, boom, headbutt.
Valid.
And
Alright.
if they capture you, they will likely make you end up fighting in the arena anyways. So it is a win-win.
Before that happens, I'm gonna like take all my valuables and give them to Gregory, like my money and stuff like that. I'm just going like
Why
pretty
is that
bare
good?
ass, like other than,
Bare minimum.
and I will begrudgingly hand over my beloved jazz tiara to adolescent Gregory.
Oh
I
no.
would hate to part with that in
The
case.
circlet of blasting
that
is
gets
going
stolen.
bye, dude.
Gregory,
Where am I fucking gauntlets though? Fuck that.
will you be able to cloak me from view as I enter the field of battle to go set the bombs?
Yeah, I think I could do that. There's a few different ways I could do that. I could make us both invisible. I could make us both smaller. Yeah, we can do that.
Smaller would not work, as I will need to carry two large heavy bombs.
Yeah. Okay, so invisible. Yes, I can. Attacks or cast a spell. Yep. As long as you're not attacking or making magic happen, you should be fine.
We will see. As long as I can get to the first one at least, then all will be good.
Cool.
So, that's it. We have our plans.
We
This
have our
one is
plans.
just waiting to see who else shows up. We need to... Oh, we have the Druhillas in there right now trying to figure out exactly when Stanislav will be taking the sands. We do not know. We know the tournament starts in a week, and he'll be on it somewhere. Once we know more, we'll be able to plan what day we're staging, so we're just waiting for now. I'm hoping that our allies received our word. So far, and he looks at Borlian, it looks like some have managed to show up.
Yeah, this guy's like he's the definition of dependable.
We do have a couple of days. Perhaps we could send a scouting team in to try and determine the times of the fights.
I'm sure the Druhillas can handle it, honestly. They're already in there working their magic. Mantuka.
Adolescent Gregory, I need something.
Anything. What do
We
you
got,
mean?
we got a little bit downtime. Send a messenger bird to the gladiatorial games and pass the message, and then have it bring back a message so we get confirmation.
I as long as it's like an hour away, I can do it. That's how long they last.
Yeah, it's within an hour from where we are, DM.
What is? You trying to contact the guy that Stanislav is currently owned by? He's in Tursa, several hours away. He will be traveling here for the fight. You're not sure where he is in between those two cities right now.
Cancel last. I'm gonna brood in the corner.
Gregory, you have disadvantage from Wraithwall.
Wraith, no!
The fuck you guys.
So, you guys all stand. We'll probably just refund those because we're about to wrap things up anyway. But we can use it. Actually, let's use it. You guys kind of take your way around and you spend some time chatting with each of the people individually. Is there anyone you'd like to talk to personally that's here before this goes down, or are we good to just move forward? Okay. Conversations have been had.
I'm good. I'd
Okay.
just be not talking to a lot of people right now.
Just preparing. Fair enough. As
Yeah,
you...
Elsevier
Well,
wouldn't have,
mentally
like,
disconnecting in case we lose someone, right?
Fair. Fair.
Elsevier is doing the
Goldberg.
opposite
Doesn't
of
hurt so
that.
bad if I cut them out of my life already, right?
Fair.
He's Elsevier. We don't need to like go through and have these conversations, but he's going through and talking to the men, asking them if they have any beliefs, anything they want to do to prepare for possible death, basically.
Okay, so you're like going by and getting everyone's like last wills and any notes they need. Advantage from insomnia. We just like
Not even wills, just like asking them like
who's your next of kin might be.
If they were to die, they were to die, what do they want? Because my goal is not to notify next of kin. My job's to help guide spirits to the afterlife.
Okay.
So
any last requests or anything like that? Got it. No.
Stuff like that, yeah.
No worries. So as you're all going about that,
burial procedures.
Sweet. You spend the next few hours just getting comfortable in the space, planning your day, and as the three of you kind of step out onto the side of the cliffs and look out over the Ember Steppe, I want everyone to roll me a perception check, please.
Damn it.
Using your advantage and disadvantages. You may as well use them. There's not a very good sandwich shop near me. Insomnia. It makes me sad.
Okay.
Is this a disadvantage?
You're at advantage from insomnia.
I'm at advantage. Oh,
Gregory's at disadvantage, yes. So 12 for Gregory.
That didn't fucking help too much, but
It
12.
did not make a difference. 12 for you, Ilsevere, 23? Okay, so Ilsevere, you see it. None of the rest of you do, unfortunately, but you guys pick up the few basic details. You're looking out on the cliff over the Ember Steppe. You see the oasis city of Lysia there, just right in the middle of the desert. And you watch as just a line of people are filing from the gate, coming from all roads on all sides, even the one that kind of loops down on the mountains above where your cliffside currently looks. And you just see a steady stream of people making their way into the city gates, people preparing for the events. You see strings of carts with men in chains, gladiators all behind them, set to enter the contest in the weeks that will follow. It is a week-long tournament of games going on.
Are any of them shiny and golden?
No. None that you see. But something that stands out to you, Ilsevere, is kind of breaking away from the crowd and kind of making its way along the northern edge of the city, kind of trying to, what looks like it's trying to do a bit of a stealthy loop and make its way towards you, but not doing so very successfully. You see a big plume of smoke and eventually kind of breaking out of the dunes and towards the cliff. You see a small band of about probably 6 or 7 minotaurs, all towering through the desert, making their way towards you. Their iron hooves crunching loudly on the rocks as they approach the path leading up to your cliffside, word having apparently found them as well.
No way. No way.
Mantuka, you watch as several of your men, the war chief not among them, but several of your tribesmen making their way up towards you. And the one in the lead kind of clocks you. He's this towering minotaur with black skin and kind of dark, oily fur, with these massive horns, one that has been chipped off at the end, the point now missing from some long fought battle long ago. And he kind of approaches you, Mantuka, and like as he stops right in front of you, his iron hooves also just digging into the sand, same way yours do. You are faced by a familiar individual. This was someone you grew up with in your tribe. This is Durka, D-U-R-K-A, Durka.
Durka.
He was a member of your tribe, maybe a rival while you were coming up, but is a familiar face to you. You have not seen him in some time. You also know him to be the nephew of the chieftain.
And with that, as he kind of like stops, we're gonna do like the predator like romance, hand grabbing gesture.
Of course.
And Mantuka's not really gonna say a lot right now. You can tell he's kind of like taken aback. Kind of sense the message without thought of response. He's been gone a while.
Mm-hmm.
He has no ties to the mainland, and he's at mainland.
Yeah.
So he just kind of like takes that in, and then kind of embraces Durka.
Durka, D-U-R-K-A.
And then brings him kind of into the fold and brings his brethren into the fold to download them quickly on the scheme and maneuvers.
Grab a bite, boys. I'll debrief you in a bit. We need to talk.
Gestures to you, Mantuka.
Privately.
Okay, let's do it.
and takes you into one just like somewhere nearby that you're a bit out of earshot.
The chief didn't want it to come himself, but he was unable. Things have not been going well at the island. Some time ago, things started coming out of the ocean. Dead things. Long dead things. Our ancestors themselves rose from the graves, tore across our island. We fought them off as best we could, but our numbers were cut almost in half. The chieftain suffered a wound himself he's still not recovered from. We fear he may never. His son has taken command.
Is his wound dark arts?
Yes, darker than we've ever seen. The wound festers. The blood blackens. We know not what to do. It's beyond our healers. Something big is coming.
I'll finish my obligations here. I'll grab what I can once this is dealt with.
That is why we are here. The sooner you're done with this, the sooner you can help us. We need you back. We need help. We need men. We must reclaim our island.
We will. Praise Mogus.
Praise Mogus.
He kind of just nods solemnly, and you fill him in on all the details for the plan. Where would you like your small Minotaur army?
How many? What's my numbers of my little Minotaur? My hooflings.
You have 8. Yeah, I think you have 8. I'd say 8.
8
yeah.
hooflings. Excellent.
8 including him, hooflings.
You know what they're gonna be? Clearly, my personal bodyguards.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're going to be in the arena, so unlikely they'll be able to follow you in there. So what do you want that? Where do you want them stationed? West or east attack? That's basically
They
it.
are going to the tunnels, because what's more terrifying than large minotaurs coming out of tunnels?
Okay, I mean, there are tunnels both sides. Do you want them on the west, kind of the vanguard attack that's going to be holding the bulk of it, or the east to cut off the retreat?
They're the big BPs.
Okay, so them with the bear, basically, is going to be your vanguard. Is eight minotaurs and a fucking werebear. I love that.
A lot of hair and confusion.
Yep. So as you kind of take in that information that your island itself is seemingly being attacked by a small swarm of the undead, do you pass that information on to your party?
No.
Okay.
One thing at a time.
Okay, fair enough. So you keep that information to yourself, and as the three of you kind of step out and watch these people just filing into Lysia, taking in the information for the day and planning your next moves, the next few days being very crucial in the planning of the rebellion, you stand there overlooking the city of Lysia, the city that will soon be put to siege. And that is where we will end things for tonight. As you guys are next week going to be attacking a city. We can't really get into that now. We don't have time for that. Most iconic in-game weapon of all time, Gregory, is for Gregory. Gregory, you get a free inspiration, so you just get a free reroll. We'll carry that one over to next week. So write that down that you have that. I don't feel like refunding points right now. This is easier. All right, so that's going to be it for today, Gregory. Remember, you have that. There you go. So, we need to find someone to raid out on.
Holy shit, this was a good episode.
Who is doing stuffs today?
You got pinched pretty bad.
Yeah, you almost got fucking beat to shit. You know, Creep Show is nice enough to come in. We could swing in there. Let's go raid Creep. Wait a little bit.
On the plus side, you grew 3 inches. You're
In your-
taller now.
In your
That's
pants.
what you said.
Start raid. All right, it looks like Creep Show's going live. Just running the intro screen, so we're gonna shoot over there. Be sure to show her some love. She's nice enough to come by and hang out with us tonight. If you guys haven't already, go check out Ryan over on History. Ryan, what are you doing later? I believe you have big plans. What you doing?
Oh baby, we're playing the summer of 1958. It's gonna be fun. I'll be starting in like 45 or 40 minutes. I'll go live at like 9:30 EST-ish.
Sounds good. And Peter,
Terrifying.
anything new coming down the pipes you want to tell the people about?
Nothing new, just working on stuff. Working on oh my god, 105 millimeter artillery shell. I'll see that on my page pretty soon.
So
just
cool.
Doing some custom orders and stuff like that right now. Just plugging away.
So cool. So cool. All right, guys. I love y'all. Thank you all for being here and being a part of the D&D stream as we're getting closer to the wrap up of the campaign. This has all been very fun. There's gonna be a lot of big shit happening over the next few sessions. You guys better be ready. It's just gonna be never fucking ending cheek clapping, dude.
Bitches!
Here we go. If you guys haven't already and would like to, swing into the Discord. Check out the YouTube where we upload the videos a week after they come out here on Twitch, because that's a rule we have to follow, apparently. I appreciate y'all guys coming by. Y'all know the spiel. I've been Rusty. These have been my friends. Y'all be good to each other. We'll see you next time.